Hello. What is up, you guys? Welcome to Chit Chat and Chill. We've got a lot to discuss today. I hope it's like a full 2 hours worth of stuff. I think it is. I don't know. I think it's like a full 2 hours. I have nothing pulled up because I just finished, like, I started the countdown and I was listening to it and I was getting stuff ready, and then I did my intro and I was like running around because I was cooking. Okay? I was a woman in the kitchen, all right? I was cooking lunch. Well, kind of like a late lunch for me because it's like, what, 3? I was cooking a lunch dinner. I was cooking a dinner, all right? And once the stream is over, I will be able to eat it. What did I cook? Well, I cooked a seafood soup. Good God, my brain just completely stopped working. I need to make myself an emote where it's just like the little turning thing on the computer, because there are times when I'm just like, I can't figure out a word. It like literally leaves my brain and I can't think of the word. Even a word as simple as seafood. I was thinking shrimp because I put shrimp in it, right? I put shrimp and mussels and it's delicious because I was tasting it while I was making it. I was thinking like shrimp soup, but it's not shrimp soup. It's like a seafood soup. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I was a woman in the kitchen. All right. I was a woman in the kitchen running back and forth. Like, oh, I'm late to my own stream. Oh my goodness. How y'all doing? Hello. We have quite a few things to talk about. But let's say hello to everybody. Hi, you guys. Welcome. What's up, nearsighted Cyclops? Says, eek, a staff. Yeah, that's me. Retro, what's up, gaming? How you doing? Comic Misconceptions, Bradley Scott, Edgar, Psychotic Mongoose, Anthony, and then right after Anthony, Jonathan Chesser comes out here and just gifts 10 memberships. Thank you, Jonathan, for gifting those 10 memberships. Thank you. Like a boss, he just drops them like, I'm coming in hard. Hi, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Tazrin, what's up, Tazrin? How you doing? Andrew, hi. JM the Elite Fan, Achilles. And then right, Spirian comes and gives 20. Oh my god. The stream hadn't even I'm sorry, I was late. I feel terrible now. Thank you, Spirian, for gifting 20 memberships. That's 30 so far. We got 30 gifts now. Thank you so much.
Hi.
I didn't mean to do that one.
Well, here I am.
Yeah. I want to watch that movie again. I'm going to watch that movie today. I'm going to watch it today. What's up, 1-800-DANKY? You said you were going to drop a video. Did you drop it? Hold on. Let me look. I want to look. I want to see if you dropped your video today. Didn't you drop a video? You said you were going to yesterday. Yeah, I keep track. I see the chats and the tweets and all that stuff. No video. What's your video about? I saw a Green Ranger. I was so intrigued. I was like, ooh, Green Ranger. Where's the video? I keep like refreshing and looking at nothing. I don't see anything yet. Mad Master Portkey. Stephanie fell asleep. I wish. I can't. I was talking to someone like late last night, like super late, and I was like, I can't sit still, right? I can't sit still. I have to be doing something. I used to be able to just nap. Like, I used to just calm my body and just nap. And now I wish I could go back to those days, because now I can't nap. Like, I'll try. If I nap now, I'll get like, unless it's just like a really down day and I am super just, I don't know, just sad and depressed, then I can nap. All right. Then I'm just like, you know what? I just want the day to go by quickly. Let me just get a few hours in and just wipe out. Right. But, like, when it's just, like, a regular day, I can't lay down and just nap. The most I can get is, like, maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but, like, can't sit still. I can't sit still. I gotta be doing something. I don't know. It just feels weird. Um, Stephen Brown, hello. Hi, hi. Maxfield is here. Max is like, "Gat." That's right. She got that gat. Got that gat. For real, for real. For real, for real. Hi, Tara Crystal is here. What's going on? Paul, I hope I got everybody. Nick, Nick. Yeah, see, this is what I need over my head. That's the exact symbol that I need over my head. Mike has bad knees for two. Hi, Steph from my nerdy home. Can I get a sandwich? I wanted to make a sandwich today, but I didn't. I forgot to get peanut butter and jelly. I wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I forgot to get it. I forgot to get my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I forgot to buy peanut butter and jelly. I feel like that's just like a staple that you need to have in your kitchen is peanut butter and jelly, and I don't have any. I need to buy some peanut butter and jelly. Gumbo. Well, it's not gumbo. I feel like if I wanted to make gumbo, I would have to include like shrimp or not shrimp, sausage and rice and maybe even corn, and I didn't put that in there. It's just shrimp. It's just shrimp. It's just shrimp. Shrimp for a shrimp while she's dealing with her okay, so we got a bunch of memberships dropped in the chat. And oh shoot, look at that. Hayden. Hi, Steph. Just became a channel member of G&G today. Let's go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's fucking awesome. Daniel, what's up? Love the glasses. Yeah, I'm because I can't sit still and like I've been dealing with like a lot of insomnia. My eyesight is just so I'm having to wear my glasses again. You know what I should bring back? Hang on. You know what I should bring back are my OGs. Hold on. My OGs. These, my OGs. I should bring these back. It's been forever since I've worn these. It's been forever since I've worn these. You know, I'm gonna wear them this stream. I want these, but like in a different frame. I love the frame. I just I want a different color frame. Taking it back. Yeah. Taking it back. Taking it back. The red rims. Let's go. All right. Tara Crystal member message. Steph, we need a name for your legion of followers. I have a legion. I have a legion of followers. I didn't even know. You have a black. I do have a black pair. I have black and clear frames. Dude, oh my god. I put these on. These are so much better than my black and clear frames because I put these on and I can just feel my eyes relaxing like with my prescription, and then it has like a really good blue light blocker in it. I can just feel my eyes relaxing. Like the ones that I was wearing, these are just my prescription glasses. But these have like the blue light. These that I sometimes wear, they're not prescription. They just have the blue light, which helps. Man. Oh, dude, putting these on, I can feel my eyes and my head relaxing. That's crazy. That is crazy. See, I also have these. They're bigger frames, but like I don't like the way they look. Hold on. They're bigger frames. They're prescription everything too, but I don't like the way they look. I feel like they're too big. You know, we'll keep these on. We'll keep these on. I don't know. I feel like these frames are too big. You can really see what I'm looking at because the frames are they're just that big. We'll keep these on right now. We'll keep these on for now. Cosplay as a librarian. I could do that. That's easy. Makes you don't you think it makes me look smarter? Anyways, 1-800-DANKY, I'm waiting for your video to drop. So let's do it. Get it in there. Drop. Everyone who if for y'all who have just become channel members, or if you are a channel member, I know I had announced the other day that I was going to make a members only Discord, and that is ready. I have completely just revamped my Discord, and the link is in the community tab. It's a members only community tab. Drop in, say hi, take a look at all. I made like a bunch of new sections on Discord. There's my stud general chat, and then there's wait, should I just show you guys? Nah. Nah, should I nah, yeah, nah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah. Perhaps. Maybe. Should I show? I don't know. It's just a members only. There's a section for me, and then there's a section where you can share some TikTok stories, so that way I can talk about them on TikTok Tuesday. Some chit chat and chill section where you can share stories that you want me to go over. Um, share some nerdy stuff, your art, your pets, your hobbies, memes. And then there's a pop culture section where you can talk about Disney, Harry Potter, Star Wars, new movies, new TV shows, Lord of the Rings, House of the Dragon, DC, and Marvel. And then there's also a section where we'll probably do like watch parties and stuff like that. And then I'm thinking about doing, gaming with members only gaming. So there's like a little members general where you guys can like game with me and stuff. Yeah. Oh, hi. What's up, lovely Sherry? How you doing? Sorry I'm late, N-words. Oh, hi, Lewis. Okay, 7 p.m. All right. You're experimenting with different times. Not bad. Okay. So yeah, so if you are a member in the community tab on YouTube, you'll get the Discord link is there. Discord link is there. So hop in. Come into my private members only Discord. It's fun. It's fun. So far, you guys have hold on. Wait, where's it at? Tara Crystal has shared 3 clips. And I'm just like, oh my God, maybe I should stop drinking during my gaming streams. Top lists. Okay. List. Top list. That's what I said. That's what I said. Hi, Jaluk. All right. Yes. So members only Discord is there. It's ready. It's up. Boom. Yeah, those clips are hilarious. I gotta. No. All right. What are we gonna talk about today? You know what I want to do? What are we gonna talk about? What are we talking about? What did I put? Hold on. Let me switch accounts here. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, hold on. Where's the story? Where's the story? Because we have new Silver Surfer. We have new Silver Surfer. Let's see. Let me go here. Let me go to my bookmarks. Yes, I have bookmarks. Ugh. My bookmarks. My bookmarks. Get over here. There it is. All right, got you. Ugh. It's a woman. What's up, Lord Thoth? How you doing? Hi, Philip. All right. They put a chicken in it and made her lame and gay. That's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. They put a chick in it and made her get lame and gay. Dude, we have another announcement. We have another casting announcement. Fantastic Four has casted Julia Garner as a female version of the Silver Surfer. Yay! Yay! Another male character that has been gender swapped to a woman. There was actually like this had popped off last year, if you remember, right here. Last year in November of 2023, Jeff Snyder said that Marvel will reportedly change Silver Surfer to be a woman in the Fantastic Four reboot. So that had already come out. That was like a leak last year. And now it is confirmed. People were like, nah, that's not going to happen. No way. No way. They're not going to do that. Silver Surfer's not even going to be in the movie, probably, right? But no, it's true. It's true. Jeff Snyder was correct. they have cast a woman as the Silver Surfer. I'm so tired of this bullshit, honestly. Like, I'm so tired of it. Look, I liked those Fantastic Four movies that came out with Jessica Alba. Um, and I liked the character of the Silver Surfer in that, right? I liked those movies. As corny and cheesy as they were, I had fun watching them. Um, and I was entertained by them. And I feel like nowadays Hollywood has sort of like lost the idea that like we're meant to entertain you, right? Because back then, as corny as those movies were, I found entertainment in them. I enjoyed watching them. But now it's just like, you know what? Let's put entertainment like in the background, right? We don't really care about entertaining you anymore. Let's um let's instead preach to you. You know, let's show you that you're represented. We want you to feel represented. I'm so tired of it. I'm so fucking tired of them trying to be like, "Oh, but it's representation and we're all about representation." No, it's not. Hollywood has put themselves on this pedestal thinking like we're above all of you plebs down there. We have the right frame of mind. We have the right way of thinking. And now our job is no longer to entertain you. Our job is now to preach to you and to tell you that your way of thinking is incorrect and our way of thinking is correct. Right? That's their job. And it's honestly like it's getting so annoying. I feel like it's reached a boiling point in society right now to where like even when the mainstream media like writes articles about this, like, oh, I feel like it's coming too, right? It's gonna come. Like, oh my gosh, the fans are what's her name? Julia Garner is facing backlash, facing misogynistic backlash as, the men reject her casting. Like, I feel like that is going to come. That's going to come. All right. Those articles are going to be written because, like, with every announcement, it's just like, well, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to gender swap this character. They really didn't. If you want Silver Surfer to be in the movie, then put Silver Surfer in the movie. You don't have to gender swap the character, right? Um, And another thing was that it was stated that the movie is going to center around the Invisible Woman, around Sue Storm, which is something that I believe, right? They're going to share when the Silver Surfer movie came out, or not the Silver Surfer movie, but Fantastic Four, was it the second one? I think that's the Silver Surfer, Rise of the Silver Surfer. When that one came out, that one was kind of centered. It wasn't really centered around Sue Storm, but she played an integral part in that story because she had that bond with Silver Surfer, right? So I feel like they're going to try and recreate that, but it's going to be like on a woman level. Like, I understand you as a woman. I get it. I get the struggles that you face as a woman. It's going to turn into this woman struggle. Like, I can see them doing that. I can see that happening. And it's just like, look, let's just live. All right. Let's just live. Why are we focusing on a struggle? Everybody's struggle is not the same. It's all different. And it doesn't matter. Your struggles are what you make them, right? Everybody has their own individual struggles. No struggle is the same, which is so stupid that they think that every single struggle is the same. It's not. It's not. Your struggle is based on where you grew up, what profession you go into, what schools what schools you went to. It's very different. Nobody faces the same struggle, and for them to just pour like this broad overview of what a woman's struggle is I don't know, it's pretty misogynistic to me, right? Like, if these Hollywood elites, it's a pretty elitist attitude. Like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, totally. Like, they face all the struggles of a woman. We're all the same. Like, no, it's not. Every struggle is different. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Hold on. Okay, sorry. Yeah, everyone struggles. You're not special. You're not fucking special. Everyone struggles. You're not special. Um, but this is just such a load of crap. So now the casting, right? Here's the cast so far. Pedro Pascal. Good God, I am done. I am so over Pedro Pascal. I am so over Pedro Pascal. It's so fucking annoying. See his face everywhere. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. I don't mind that casting. Emma Moss as Benjamin Graham. That's cool. That's cool. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. And now Julia Garner as the female version of the Silver Surfer. I'm done. Like, I'm so tired of movies and the Hollywood elites thinking that I'm asking for more representation, and I'm really not. I just want to be entertained. You know, I just want to be entertained. As shitty as the story for Godzilla X Kong was, I was entertained as fuck. All right. I was entertained as shit. I was laughing so hard because it was just two big big movie monsters just fighting. All right. I knew what I was going into. I knew what I was going in there expecting. And it was just entertaining. I didn't feel like I was being preached to. I thought it was kind of dumb and silly. And I was entertained the entire time. Is it a good movie? No. Story-wise? No. It's actually pretty bad. It's actually pretty bad. Okay. Some of the characters annoyed me. But was I entertained? Yes. And that is a super low bar to set in Hollywood right now. Like, I just want to be entertained. Are you gonna entertain me? Like, are you gonna can you please entertain me? Like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills as someone like just asking Hollywood, hey, can you entertain me, please? Because like the past couple of movies, I've just been feeling preached to. You know, I haven't been feeling entertained. It's just not entertaining. Sorry. Can you please entertain me? Like, it's so crazy. Like, that's your entire job is to just create incredible stories and entertain the audience. And they've sort of forgotten that. They're like, you know what? Man, maybe not. Let's just preach to everyone and make it just all about diversity and inclusion, right? And representation. And let's just not entertain the audience anymore. Who needs entertainment? Who needs entertainment anymore when we have representation? Give me a fucking break. It's so annoying. It is so it's gotten so annoying. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Ugh. All these people in Hollywood, they're just like, you know what? I have a huge platform. I have a huge following. I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna use that to preach to people. And it's like, dude, just stop. You live a totally different life. You live an totally different life from the everyday American person, you know? Like y'all are in Hollywood, y'all are in California, y'all are shopping at like an incredibly expensive fucking grocery store called Erewhon, right? Where you can get 30, 40, $50 fucking salads, and you think that you're living a relatable life. People are making fun of J-Lo on her new like documentary or her new movie that she put out because she's like reminiscing about her days on the block, right? People are making fun of J-Lo for that because it's like, yeah, okay, J-Lo, like just stop it. Stop trying to like resonate with people by recalling, you know, your days of, you know, being a young girl on the block as you work out in your mansion in your extremely large gym. Like, get out of here. Look, if you have become successful in Hollywood, congratulations. We applaud you. Go live your life, and all you have to do is entertain the audience. That's it. Just entertain the audience, because as an elite, you have absolutely no idea what an everyday person struggles with. You might have like a simple, like, oh, they're simpletons, simple minds, you know, they don't have the money to, you know, make themselves better like I do. I have that privilege, right? So they must learn from me and take my advice. It's like, no, we're dealing with our own fucking struggles. Just get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out of here and go make a movie. Okay? Live your life. Go get your $50 salad at Erewhon and go make a movie. Like that's it. That's all I really want. You know, you live a completely different life than me, and I'm completely okay with that. I just want to be entertained. That's it. That's it. That's your whole job in Hollywood is to entertain. So that's just go do that. Just go do that. Make some entertaining shit and stop lecturing me on how I need to live my life. Like, that's just, it's gotten so out of hand. I can't stand it. Shut up and make a movie. Yeah. Just shut up and make a movie. Quit with the bigotry, Steph. Comic book films aren't meant for you. They're trying to make it for me, okay? They're making it for women now. All right? I am their target audience, and I am making fun of all the shit that they're putting out. My fucking Madam Web and the Marvels, all that. I saw those. I saw those fucking movies and I laughed. I thought it was so stupid. Like, honestly, you know what? I was listening to it. I was listening to a documentary today. I was listening to a documentary about the Spice Girls. About the Spice Girls. I was just listening to a documentary. It came up in my feed and, I clicked it and I was doing some stuff around my place and I had it on and I was listening to it. And I was thinking to myself, "Good God, that movie Spice World did what like the Marvels and Madam Web, movies are doing." Like that's a true like movie about like, sisterhood and all that, being friends. But these it's so forced, and I feel like there's so much femininity, like, within, like, the group of the Spice Girls, and, they're just allowed to be happy, they're allowed to be girls, they're allowed to be girly, they're allowed to make, jokes like that, and with the Marvels, the women there, they're just sort of, like, standing up, like, they've become so they've taken all the femininity out of it. It's like, we want to cater to your demographic, but we're not gonna show you actual females and femininity. We're gonna actually, like, put male traits onto our heroes, and it's like, I don't want that. That doesn't resonate with me at all. Nope, sorry. Nope, nope. The Spice Girls movie was a funny movie. It was. It was. 50 $50 salad from Erewhon tastes the same as $7 at Walmart. I mean, I don't know. They could use, high quality high quality lettuce. You don't know. Fucking Erewhon. I can't believe that grocery store exists. Yeah, the Silver Surf her. The Silver Surf her. Look, I don't fucking care. They should have just done a Fantastic Four movie. Just do the fucking movie by itself. You don't need the Silver Surfer right now. Silly Stephanie. Movies aren't meant to be entertaining. You would think that they are. You would think that they're meant to be entertaining, but alas, they are not. They are not meant to be entertaining anymore. You know what I wanted to I wanna react to something because I listened to this last night. Where is it? Where is it? I listened to this last night and they brought up Sydney Sweeney. Where you at? Where you at? I didn't here it is. I didn't save anything. I should have saved it. Dude, did you guys watch, Gary and Drinker on Pierce Morgan? It was such a great conversation. Hang on. It was such a great conversation, and this dude right here, this fucking dude right here, he got on my last nerve when I was watching this. He got on my last nerve when I was watching this. Oh my gosh. Like, at least, at least Drinker, Gary, and what is her I don't remember her name. At least Esther? Yeah. At least they had the decency to not really react too much when this guy was talking, right? Anytime these three said anything, he had some sort of reaction, like in his face, like rolling his eyes, just being like, It's so utterly disrespectful. Like the faces that he was making. I feel like that is like a crazy, like a thing that like, I don't know. I've seen, um, it's a thing that I've seen, people with his POV, right? People with his type of views do when they're in debates. They make these faces as if what these three are saying, as if, whoever they're debating, as if what they are saying is the most ridiculous and absurd thing that they have ever heard in their entire life. And it's so annoying. It's like, no, sir. Have you ever been in a debate? Okay? Like you just keep your face to yourself because whatever faces that you are making, it's not doing you any favors, right? That's not a way to debate something, is to make faces at it. It was really annoying, and the fact that he also called her, what did he call her? He called her Candace Owens Jr. All right. Out of all of these people, he is the only one that flung an insult. And who did he insult? He didn't insult these three gentlemen right here. No. He chose to insult this woman right next to him. And there's a reason that I think that he wanted to insult her. There's a reason that I think that the one insult that he flung at this panel, there's a reason that he insulted her. Because in his mind, that's not an insult. It's an insult to him. For him, it's an insult because he doesn't like Candace Owens, right? So to call someone Candace Owens Jr., to him, that's an insult. To him, he's insulting her, all right? You have to look at it from his point of view, all right? There's a reason that he chose her. It's because she is a woman and she is taking the side of a man. Not only is she a woman, but she is a Black woman who has an opposing viewpoint to him. And how dare she? That is why I think that the only insult that he flung in his mind, what is viewed as an insult, right? He threw it at her because how dare she? How dare she? I bet he views her as like a fucking traitor or something like that. I bet he does. I bet he does. When I was watching this, I was like, oh, that's it. You've lost the argument. When you try and fling an insult at somebody, you've lost the argument. That's it. You've lost it. There's nothing else you can say. You've lost it. You've already lost. If you're in a debate with people and you have to resort to insulting them, you've lost the debate. That's it. Her name is Esther. Let's listen. There's this there's the reason I put Sydney Sweeney because that's what I wanted to talk about is Sydney Sweeney. But let's talk.
Huge civil war raging, which is one of the worst named titles of a book, Ernest, I could ever envisage, but we'll let that pass. All right, let's start with Disney, because there's a huge civil war raging with Disney, with board members, investors, all trying to work out what is going wrong with the recent series of flops, because Disney is not used to having flops. Nelson Peltz, who's a serious investor in Disney, has criticized Disney's woke strategy in an interview with the Financial Times. He said, why do I have to have a Marvel movie that's all women? Not that I have anything against women, but why do I have to do that? Why do I need an all-black cast?
Look at his face. He's already like,
What do you think of this? I mean, critical thinker, there's no doubt Disney's in a pretty poor run at the moment. How much of that is down to woking up the...
I love that he focused on that, right? Nelson Peltz. He's like, why do I need a woman, all woman? Why do I need all black? Because it's true. Like, why? Why does it need to exist? It doesn't have to, right? It doesn't have to, but they're pushing for it. Why? Nobody wants it. It's failing. It failed in the comics when they tried to do a big push on it there. And if it failed there, that's a sign that it'll fail everywhere. Because if your core audience isn't reading these comics that you're putting out and aren't backing and supporting these new characters, what makes you think that regular people are going to?
The movies.
I mean, I think it's definitely a factor, but it's part of a much bigger picture that incorporates other issues like a general decline in storytelling quality, a prioritization of quantity over quality, and like delving too much into identity politics, which by their nature are divisive. Of course they are. And so all of those different factors working together have slowly undermined their creative output to the point where all of their major franchises are failing. Star Wars is kind of a disaster at the moment. The Marvel Cinematic Universe that used to be this money printing behemoth is churned out flop after flop in
I like the way he says behemoth. Behemoth. When he first said that word, when I watched it, because I watched this a couple of times. When he first said that, I was like, what is a behemoth? Anyways, sorry. Look at that. Drink with Crazy. What's up? How you doing? How you doing?
recent years, and even their own, their own unique animation movies like Wish,
Haunted
Haunted
Mansion
Mansion,
flop,
yeah.
Pixar flops all over the place.
Yes, exactly. All of those different aspects of their creative output have flopped, and they've got nowhere to go at this point. Clearly, something has to change. What they're doing is not working anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the Jurassic She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, a comic book tale featuring a strong female.
He's not. Everything that he's saying is 100% on point, and you can't deny that. You can't deny that all of these companies, or I'm sorry, Disney, because they're talking about Disney, not all the companies. Disney itself, on its own, has seen a major decline, and you can't deny that, right? You can't deny it. I think that the person at the end, he brings up like movies of the past, and it's like, no, that's the past. And yes, those movies were successful, but we're talking about right now. We're talking about right now. Okay. Because he ends up being, he brings up Black Panther and he uses that. And a lot of people use that as the basis for their argument, right? People want this. People want these movies because look at how successful Black Panther was. So that's just a sign that people want all of these diverse movies. Okay. But Black Panther 2 didn't do very well, did it? And if they want all these diverse movies, then Disney and Marvel wouldn't be in the shitter right now, would they? These movies would actually be succeeding, and they're not. And there's a reason for that. And the fact that Drinker brings up, quantity over quality, the lack of storytelling, the lack of imagination, all of that is just gone by the wayside because they're not focusing on that anymore. They're focusing on putting a whole lot of movies out and giving it their, and doing and putting a release date, like, here, we're announcing this and you have to finish it by this time. So it's like a crunch. You have to hurry up and get all of this stuff filmed. Quality, who cares? Quality be damned. We need this, and we need to make it. We need to make it. We need to film it. We need to put it out. Hurry up, because we have to make it by this deadline. Like, and then not only that, but let's focus it on these characters that nobody really gives two shits about. But we want to helm the diverse train. Let's go. We want to lead it. We want to be the leader of diversity and inclusion. And we need to get all these movies made. Like, who cares if they suck? Who cares if they suck? The audience will come just because they're Star Wars. The audience will come just because it's Marvel. But no, that's not the case.
The Marvels.
God, She-Hulk fucking sucked, by the way.
A comic book movie featuring a diverse cast of strong female leads. Elemental, Disney's first animation featuring their first strong non-binary lead. All flops. Maybe a coincidence, maybe not. People who are intent on attacking Disney, saying, well, this is because they're pursuing a strategy that's not based on just producing great movies. They're pursuing a strategy trying to appease the woke brigade, who will come hunting for them if they deviate from the woke worldview. Your thoughts?
The woke brigade. That's an imaginary audience, dude. An imaginary audience that lives on Twitter. Like that's the woke brigade. That's the audience that they're trying to appease. That's one of the reasons why Pedro Pascal is getting cast in so many things. Like, he's a good actor, yes, but like, he's everywhere. Why is he everywhere? Why is he getting cast everywhere? Because he has the right talking points, and he has a huge stupid following on Twitter and on TikTok. Like, TikTok was obsessed with Pedro Pascal during the pandemic. Like, he blew up. For whatever reason, people just decided, hey, look at this guy. Look at Pedro Pascal. And he became huge. And he got this huge following. But those fucking people live online. They just live online. They live online with like 8 different bot accounts, right? They have 8 different alt accounts. They live online. They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything. Clearly, because if they did, if this imaginary online audience that they're trying to appease, this imaginary woke brigade, right? If it was real, then Disney wouldn't be failing. If it was real, then they wouldn't be, everything wouldn't be flopping. But it doesn't. It's a huge imaginary audience. For whatever reason, Disney was like, oh, there's this huge audience right here, this untapped market. Look at all of these people. Look at all this interaction that we're getting when we talk about diversity and inclusion. It's like, that's great. You talk about it all you want. That's all they ever talk about. That's it. That is all they ever talk about. But they don't speak with their wallets. They speak online. They have that online digital currency of likes and retweets and quote tweets. Like that's it. Their currency is likes. Those people that live online, that's what they live for. They live for the like. They don't spend actual money. Because to them, an online presence is worth so much more. And the reason that Disney is failing is because they're catering to those people who care more about their online presence and online currency and likes, shares, and retweets than they do about spending actual money. They're not going to do it. They're not going to go and spend money. Dun, dun, dun. The only representation I care about is big booty Latina representation. Let's go. That's right. That's right. They don't have money to begin with. They don't. They don't have money to begin with. They have no money.
The woke brigade that's within their building, right? So,
Right.
you know, we see all these third-party companies in gaming that's going off right now. But like Disney is that third-party company. They are the DEI department. Lucasfilm is the DEI department, and now Marvel is too. And it was really easy for comic book fans to figure this out because we read the comic books. She-Hulk, for example, was a great comic book. It was reverent. It broke the fourth wall. That the famous run is by John Byrne, and I love the comic book. She-Hulk was a member of the Fantastic Four. This is one of my favorite female.
Why on earth is he rolling his eyes? What did Gary say that warranted an eye roll right here?
And I love the comic book. She-Hulk was a member of the Fantastic Four. This is one of my.
Why did he roll his eyes? What, does he think that Gary is lying when he says that I loved the comic book? Honestly, what did Gary say that warranted this fucking eye roll? Why did he roll his eyes? Huh? Why did he roll his eyes? There is no reason that Gary said nothing to warrant that fucking eye roll. But you know, in his mind, he's like, yeah, right. You don't like that character because she's a woman. I know you're lying. Like, that is what's going through his brain right now. Like, seriously, there's no reason that he should have rolled his eyes in that moment.
My favorite female Marvel characters, and they destroyed her because they don't know what they're doing. I did a clip in one of my videos of all of the writers for most of the Disney Plus, stating that they didn't know anything about the comics and they didn't read the comics. And that's part of the reason, because they're just there for identity politics. It's simple. We used to joke about they're just checking boxes.
He rolled his eyes again. Look, everybody's just sitting there listening, right? Just sit there and listen and wait for your fucking turn to react. Because everything that Gary is saying is factual. It is true. And he's like pretending like it's just this imaginary monster that these three are fighting against. Like, no, it's not an imaginary monster. It's actually there. These are facts. There's one amazing thing about all of this and this interview. What is it? Send me a link. I'll say something. Okay, hang on. Let's listen.
Comics, and they didn't read the comics. And that's part of the reason, because they're just there for identity politics. It's simple. We used to joke about they're just checking boxes when they're literally checking boxes now.
Right.
Which kills creativity.
Ernest, you'd be sitting there grimacing. Yeah. I mean, it's clearly.
I love that Pierce calls him out. You've been sitting there grimacing. Dude, I can't stand that he was just fucking eye rolling. It was so fucking annoying. I can't stand his face. I can't stand his face.
Demonstrably not working, this strategy. And I've just looking from the outside, look at it and think, yeah, they have been too concerned about identity politics, too concerned about appeasing their very woke workforce. And they should have just stuck to doing what Disney does best, make great family films and make a ton of cash.
That's true. That is 100%. Focus on what you do best. making family films, right? Because Disney became what they are. Disney grew their audience on family films. So focus on what you're good at. Why are you focusing on all of this other crap that has nothing to do with the creation of great characters and good stories? Like, why are you focusing on just checking a lot of boxes? If you're focusing on that, you're not focusing on a great story and great characters and entertainment. You're just focusing on something that honestly, you're just focusing on something that should grow organically within a story. That's what you should be focusing on. Something that grows organically in a story. And you're not focusing on that. You're not focusing on that organic storytelling. You're like, you know what? Let me get these characters already, and we're going to write something around these characters and push something, whatever we want to tell, and write something surrounding whatever we want to tell. Like, it is such an awkward way of storytelling. And it fails. It fails. What's up, Hypnotic?
What's up? What's going on?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm eating.
What are you
I'm eating and watching your show, and I just couldn't help. I couldn't help myself. I had to come out and say it because I didn't want to type it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I didn't want to type it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So really quick, what's up, Chad? How you doing? So the greatest thing about this entire like clip with Fox News and Pierre Morgan or whatever, is that what this showcases right here with Gary and Critical Drinker being on a mainstream news outlet. What this showcases is that they tried to ignore Gary. They tried to ignore Drinker. They tried to ignore all of these guys and all of us in the YouTube space. They pretend like we don't matter. They pretend like what we're saying doesn't mean anything. We're just a small group of people, whatever. Now you got these guys on literal mainstream news talking about the same exact thing that they talk about on their channels. And what this proves and what this shows is that no matter how much you will try to silence the opposition, no matter how much you try to pretend as if we don't exist, you can't deny the impact of what you're seeing right here on this screen. You can't deny the impact that Gary Nerdrotic is on Piers Morgan's show, or Critical Drinker is on Piers Morgan's show. You know what I mean? It is a massive like just success for the overall YouTube community. And it proves that, like I said, they can't silence YouTubers no matter how much they want to try. They'll always try and pretend like we don't have an impact. We don't have any influence, or whatever word you want to use. They'll keep pretending, but this proves that they're completely wrong about it.
Well, yeah, 100%. They've always thought that. They've always called you like basement dwellers, you know, with in your room with a camera, you know,
Right.
and you don't really matter, right? They've always thought that way. It's such an elitist way of thinking. It is the Hollywood elitist way of thinking, because they're so embedded in like their whole mainstream, and they think that, like, because I work for the mainstream media, I automatically have the correct opinion, and these people don't matter. But what they fail to realize is that with like the generational gap between the people that work in mainstream and like the people that are doing YouTube, focusing on YouTube, watching YouTube, they're no longer watching mainstream. And there's so much information at our fingertips now that what they say in mainstream can be easily debunked by someone on YouTube.
Right.
And that's like one of the things that people like about it. Like, the mainstream journalists and mainstream media, they're so disingenuous. You can tell that they're easily bought by all of these companies. Whereas someone who is in their room, in their office, on YouTube, making videos, they don't have to cater to anybody. They don't care. They want to tell you what's going on. They want to tell you the facts, and people resonate with that. People resonate with that because that's genuine. Everybody else, all of these journalists who want to fight with fans, they're not that's so disingenuous. The reason they're fighting with fans is because they're in the pockets. They want to maintain access. They want to be in the pockets of all of these companies, right?
Well,
they don't care. They don't fucking care.
People like YouTubers because I'll put it to you like this, whether they're disingenuous or not, right? You're getting the take of usually one person, and this person is not filtered through a PR team. It's not filtered through a whole bunch of check boxes before that video goes out. Like that person, whether you agree with their take or not, they put it out themselves and they ride or die by it. Whereas, even recently, Alyssa Mercante with Kotaku, she admitted that her article had to go through multiple checks throughout the entire organization before it even went out. It's not just her talking or her idea; it's the entire company that kind of filters it through. So that's why people like YouTubers, because it's one person.
Yeah.
And whether you agree with them or not, it is what it is. It's what they said, and they have to stick by it. But I think it's awesome. I think this is out of
incredible.
curiosity. What how many views this video has?
Oh, let me look.
Is this from the official channel?
Yeah, it's from Pierce Morgan Uncensored.
How many views does this video have?
489,000.
So this video has 489,000 views. It was released a day ago, April 3rd.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know what he normally gets per video, but Gary gets double that.
Yeah.
Gary gets double that.
And he has
normally.
2.5 million subscribers, so he has more.
Right. Well, he has
Gary.
more subscriber burn,
Yeah.
but Gary gets more views than the person who is interviewing him, and the person who is interviewing him is considered mainstream. So just think about that for a second. For all the people out there that try to say, "Oh, YouTubers don't matter," whatever. Like that entire argument is destroyed by this performance you're seeing right here. This literal discussion. And what is up with this freaking girl on the right side? She's scaring me as I'm eating. Like what is she doing? Just staring at the screen. Like I need to maintain eye contact, otherwise they're just gonna think I'm like an angry
Nah,
black
dope.
female.
No.
Is she liberal?
No.
She's hardcore. What?
Yeah. You want to listen? Here, let's react. Okay, you keep eating, and we'll react. to the
No,
rest
I
of the
gotta
video.
go eat and go do work. But I'll hang out. I'll hang out. Come on, I'll hang out. 5 minutes. Go.
All right.
So there's a lot of misinformation, and I think
I hate that he starts off with misinformation, like right off the bat. There's a lot of
Man,
misinformation.
you are doing this guy like
I don't care.
bad justice with these pauses. The first one before looked like he had the O face, and now I don't know what this
Well,
is.
that's his fault. That is his fault with all of his stupid eye rolls. Okay.
I want
like,
to know all the people out there that got angry over Akira Toriyama and the way he drew black people and the way and he was like, oh, they got big noses, big lips, whatever. Have you met this man? This guy clearly fits the bill. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get you demonetized, but he fits the bill. Come on. We need to stop. We need to stop.
Isn't that why you're the leader of the bigot army? I mean,
Yeah, I have no filter. Sorry. Go ahead.
the issue
This
is
is why I
that
don't get
no one
invited
here is
anywhere.
actually really
I've been trying. I told you before. Hey, get on my stream. Let's jump.
Yeah,
It's
no.
on
I'm
a
here.
cash.
So there's a lot of misinformation, and I think the issue is that no one here is actually really reading the real strategy. The problem is several things. There's a missing implication. There has been arguably films that were super successful. Black Panther had a predominantly black cast, not all black cast, and made $1.3 billion at the box.
I hate that like he starts off with he starts off with misinformation. So he's trying to make like the people watching this think that the people that have spoken before him are full of shit, right?
Yeah.
They're just misinformed, and then he goes and he pulls from years ago with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Years ago with Black Panther. Like
Well,
that
it's
movie
a
was
disingenuous
successful.
argument.
Yeah, it is so disingenuous because it's like, dude, look, back then, I feel like people were still, that was in Marvel's heyday. People were really focused in on Marvel.
It's the same argument they use with Captain Marvel. Like, oh, women leads can't be bad because look at Captain Marvel, it did 1 point whatever billion. I'm like, well, first off, you're talking about movies that were in MCU's prime, okay? Where people were watching MCU movies for the simple fact that they didn't want to feel like they were left out of the story. They had like everything was essentially required reading. That's how I like to put it. So Captain Marvel succeeded the first one simply because it was required reading. Nobody wanted to miss out on anything.
It was sandwiched between two of Marvel's biggest movies of all time. At the end, at the end of Infinity War, right? You see the beeper, the pager, and you're like, oh shit, Captain Marvel. Okay, we gotta go watch Captain Marvel to see what's the deal with this pager. Is it a continuation of? Is it going to be a continuation of Infinity War? Like, what is Captain Marvel? So people were interested in that because of Infinity War. That's it. Because of Infinity War. That is why it did so well. And when that movie came out, oh my God, I rolled my eyes so many times during that movie because I was just like, I get it. You're a woman. Like, I get it. You're a woman. I get it. You're a woman. Like, I don't know how many times I was just like yawning and just so frustrated with that movie. It was terrible.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's almost
good.
like Marvel was like their first bait and switch, right? That was like their very first bait and switch. Hey, go and see this movie because it's so important, when in actuality it's fucking not. It's not. It was such a terrible movie. It was such a terrible movie. And then that led into Endgame, right? So that's why that movie was so successful. That is the
Right.
one and only reason why that movie was successful.
Yeah, it
But
was
that
it
in
was
Marvel
required
too.
reading. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Black Panther, I don't think it's the same thing, but Black Panther also had this like weird racial movement behind it where like essentially if you didn't go see the movie, you're not black kind of a thing. It was so weird. And people were going out there simply to support it because I guess they were excited to see a black-led MCU film. I don't know, but that was the narrative. That was, I mean, people were dressing up for it. It was this
Yeah.
whole like march of a thing. But the truth behind these IPs, are behind their sequels. So now that Endgame is over and the required reading is done and people are pretty much checked out, how good are these films going to, like, how good are the IPs? Okay, Black Panther did like 800 some odd million, pretty good, not bad. Didn't do nowhere near the 1.3 billion it did originally. It lost 500 million compared, but still did pretty good. How's Captain Marvel doing? Captain Marvel didn't even get a actual named sequel like she was supposed to. It just
No.
became the Marvels, and look how that went. It went from 1
Mhm.
point whatever billion it did to what, 200 million.
Like, it
So
was terrible. It flopped
goes to
hard.
show how people don't care if it's not required reading. You know?
Yeah. Well, and also people were interested in the character of Black Panther because he was introduced in Civil War. Like, not Civil War, in Winter Soldier. Wasn't he introduced in Winter Soldier?
I
So
honestly don't remember off the top of my head.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was introduced in Winter Soldier. So people were interested in that character. That's
in
the
suit
movie.
though. I don't think not in suit.
In
I think
suit.
he was in. Was it? I thought
In
it was his
suit.
character.
It was in suit. He had the whole Black Panther suit and everything. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure it was Winter Soldier because in Civil War he was there as well.
I mean, Black Panther's just a better character. I'm sorry, it
Yeah,
just
he's
is.
a good character.
It's a more
Yeah.
interesting character because his powers are still based in reality somewhat versus Captain Marvel, who just flies through everything and destroys it just because she's Captain Marvel. And I mean, she's been rewritten so many times, it's ridiculous. But no, like these people. So this guy who's arguing this, like, you're arguing from movies that are in MCU's prime.
Mhm.
This was before the MCU was a thing. This was before they started pushing the whole nonsense in Phase 4. Talk about the movies in Phase 4. Talk about the movies in Phase 5. Don't talk about the movies in Phase 3 when everything was at its prime. Like, don't talk about those.
He's not going to, because that talking about the movies now won't support what he's trying to say.
Right. The whole argument is get woke, go broke.
It'll just prove Gary and Drinker right. You know, it'll just prove them right. So he has to bring up these old movies in Marvel's heyday.
No, 100%.
And a really successful sequel. The reality is that when you start saying woke or DEI, you know, there's another implication there where you're implying in many ways that what is the opposite of lack of diversity in those films? It's feeding to an all-white cast or majority white cast and the lack of diversity. I don't think that that's what Disney's trying to do, and I don't think that's what Hollywood should do because it doesn't reflect the society we live in. However, what's missing?
Oh, the way he said, however.
That's not what the opposite is. Like,
no, that's not what
we're talking about. We're not talking about DEI. We're talking about forced DEI, right? Like, forced DEI is the problem. Natural organic DEI has never been a problem. That's why it's always been diverse at the beginning of time.
It's diverse. Yeah, it's always been diverse. Hollywood has always been diverse. These movies have always been diverse.
Right.
But it's diverse. It's organic. It just comes through with organic storytelling.
Right.
You know, but what he's talking about is he's just like, oh, you're just catering to white people, having an all white cast. And the way he says it, he really truly believes that. He really truly believes that.
Well, my question is, why? So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I get upset when they say that because, all right, they're catering to an all white cast, and in his mind, that's what this means. But you realize white people made this shit, like they made it, right? So if they made it and they want to cater to their own people, what's wrong with that? when you guys make stuff and you want to cater to your own group of people, nobody can complain to you. But when white people
Right.
made something and they want to cater to their own people, oh, it's a problem now. Like
Well, I mean,
if that's the argument you want to go with, that's ridiculous. You know,
it is the argument that he wants to go with. I mean, they do cater to their own audience, right? I mean, that's why they made the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Asian people do it all the time. What do you think? Manga's made for the Western gays? No, bro. It's Eastern content made for people in the East. It just happens to be translated in the West, but it's still made with them in mind. It's made with the the intention of what they know to be their customer base. And I'm not saying that. Listen, their customer base is not all white people. Their customer base has been diverse since the beginning. The reason why so many groups of people fell in love with this because with or without skin color representation, you were still able to see yourselves in these superheroes. You were able to, a lot of people were able to connect with these characters.
And why?
Once
Why
you
though? With good characters and good storytelling. That's why. I feel like a lot of people like latch on to some of these characters, not because they want to like see themselves in these characters, but because these characters represent like what we want to be, like what we strive to be as a person. Like they're models of like people that we strive to be like, that we want to
Right.
emulate. Not I want to like see myself in this character. No, I want to be like this character. This character is such a great character. And yeah, there are some characters that you latch onto because like, oh, their struggle is similar to yours, but overall, it's kind of like I strive to be like this person. Not I want to see myself in some fucking, I don't know, fat black person on the movie screen. Like I don't want to see that.
If you want to see yourself, just look in the mirror. Like you don't go to a superhero character to see yourself in it, right?
No, not at
not
all.
in the see. So when they say see yourself, they don't mean it in the way that people have done for decades, right? When we say, oh, we saw ourselves in these characters, it's not a literal representation of that. It was just we can connect with certain things these characters experienced or what they did, right? Why is it that so many black people are able to see themselves in Goku? Who knows? But when they say see themselves, they mean from an actual physical representation, from the most standard, simplistic representation, which is the color of your skin, something that nobody has a control over. You're born the way that you're born, and yet you want to be represented and celebrated for one of the easiest things to do in life, which is just something that you don't have any control over. I don't understand that. And they know that it is superficial. They know that it is the simplest form of representation because if they can convince people to believe that something as simple as skin color representation means something in the overall grand scheme of entertainment, then you keep people simple-minded, and that keeps them easy to control. So that's why they try to get you to connect with the most easiest, simplistic forms of BS representation to keep you essentially stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a stupid way of thinking, honestly. But if it keeps your audience stupid, that the bar is set that low, then there's no reason for them to put in any work to entertain you quality-wise.
That's the point.
Yeah. So that's why
Just
the entertainment
consume.
that's why the quality of entertainment has gone so down because they focus on that, which is so fucking simple.
I mean, look at the effort being put in these TV shows, man. Like you have full seasons of a TV show being 6 episodes. I remember watching Law and Order for over a decade, and each season was like 20 something episodes.
I know.
There's no effort being put into these shows because they know that these shows are one purpose and one purpose only. They're to sell subscriptions on whatever streaming platform exists, and it's just quantity over quality. They don't have that long-lasting effect that these TV shows of the past used to have because it's not because all these TV shows are white people. They weren't. There was so many popular TV shows that were not white people. They were having all black casts, but they still had multiple episodes, long seasons, effort put into them, and people were into it and stayed tuned to it for a long time. Now they're releasing all the episodes in one shot because they have no faith in them. Right? Look what they did with Echo. They released all the episodes of Echo. I think it was like 5 or 6 episodes or whatever, 8. I don't even remember. But it was very little. They released all of them in one shot. They're like, yep, we were good for the first 2 episodes. We had high viewership. That's all that matters. Let's sell it to our investors and move on. It's really a shame. It's a shame. And again, you could look at the East and look at anime, how many freaking episodes they have per season. It's because they put the effort in. They actually try. They want to keep people for the long term. They want to make something that's going to last the test of time. You don't have that here. Everything is just, oh, as long as we put a certain skin color in this TV show, no effort is required after the fact
Yeah.
because we did the most
We-
important thing in the
we-
world, and
Mhm.
that was to ensure that Black people see Black skin on TV.
We've done the bare minimum.
Congratulations.
Boom, we're done. Nothing else matters.
Congratulations. Yep. Can you imagine if TV shows like Family Matters or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or even Kenan and Kel, something like comedic like that? Can you imagine these TV shows saying some dumb shit about, like, I don't know, representation matters and we're happy to see Black people on screen? Like, the most stupid thing in the world. It would devalue all these TV shows and what they were able to do. And I feel like non-white people were able to connect with those TV shows much more than anything that's come out in recent history.
Oh, that's
Because
100%.
it's all superficial.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all of it
100%.
superficial.
I fucking love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I loved Family Matters. But why? Because it was a great show. It was
I
funny.
like Family Matters better than Full
I
House.
loved it. I fucking oh yeah, 100%. I loved it better than Full House. I always kind of thought Full House was a little cheesy. But like all of these other shows, why? Like I shouldn't have been able to resonate with any of those characters. I shouldn't have been able to like them.
Right.
They didn't look like me. But for some reason, I actually liked that show. I enjoyed those shows. I just can't put my finger on it. Why? If I wasn't able to see myself in those characters, why on earth was I able to find some entertainment there?
Well, think about from the most simplistic, superficial standpoint, they try to say, oh, representation matters. That's why we got to have XYZ skin color on screen or whatever. And like you said, how can I connect with these characters if I didn't see myself for the last 20 years or whatever? They would have you believe that people actually, in fact, couldn't see themselves in any of these characters. But the funny thing is, they ruined their entire argument every time because the truth eventually comes out. It slips, right? Like they try to keep it in as much as possible, but eventually it'll slip. So I remember, what's her name? God, that's how bad she is. I forgot who's playing Snow White now.
Oh, Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler, yeah. So Rachel Zegler went on this entire interview talking about representation matters and kids need to be able to see themselves in these characters, and now they'll be able to do that. Non-white people will be able to see themselves in these characters. And then, like, not even a couple weeks after the interview, pictures of herself dressed up as Snow White dropped, and she posted them herself, and she said, "Oh, I saw myself in Snow White, and I'm so happy to be able to play the character now, whatever." When she was trying to do damage control, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a second, you just said, not even a couple weeks prior, that non-white people will be able to see themselves now, meaning they weren't before. So how can you do it now?
Well, the girl that played the Little Mermaid said the exact same thing. She was just like, now
Halle Bailey, yeah.
little girl, yeah, Halle Bailey, little girls like myself can see themselves in Ariel, and what a great thing that I'm doing being cast as Ariel. But then she also said that when she was younger, she loved the Little Mermaid and she wanted to be a mermaid just like Ariel. So
Right.
obviously she was able to see herself in that character, even though that character didn't look like her.
Right. The entire
so
argument goes out the water.
Yeah, people are. I feel like they're all full of shit. They're just talking those talking points because they're telling them what to say. When in reality, you can pretty much see yourself in any character, depending on how you resonate with that character. They don't have to look like you.
Right. And they'll take it to the extreme and they'll say, well, if you're against these DEI initiatives, that means that you're a white supremacist. You want it only to be white people. And
Yeah,
mind
they
you,
do.
those words have never come out of Gary's mouth, never come out of Drinker's mouth, never come out of any of our mouths.
No.
And they twist it because, again, they want to turn everything into simplistic arguments. Simplistic arguments are easier for the moron to digest and for the narrative to be controlled. So the more complicated and the more nuanced an argument becomes, the harder it is for people to understand, the harder it is for people for these people to control the actual narrative. So they simplify it. They say, yeah, they just don't like black people. And then they put it out there. And
yeah, they're just
people eat it
racist
up.
and sexist. He said he does that towards the end of this when they start talking about Sydney Sweeney. He actually simplifies the argument and throws something their way and accuses them of, he's like, misogyny aside, like you're just misogynists.
Nice.
Right? Like he throws that at them.
At least we actually like women.
when they're talking about I know, right? When they're talking about Sydney Sweeney. So you're 100% right. They do simplify the argument because they have no retort. Like they can't. Everything that they're saying makes sense, and everything that he's saying, it just doesn't.
Well,
Nothing
again, they're trying to pander to their own viewer base, so they know their viewer base. Whoever watches this shit is very simplistic minded usually. So they eat up these buzzwords. That's why they keep using these buzzwords. The moment one of their viewers hears the word misogynistic, racist, sexist, whatever, that's it. Like everything else that's said is completely locked out, and they tunnel vision on, oh, this person is XYZ buzzword. I'm going to keep that in my memory bank, and everything else is going to go out the window. And so that's why they keep relying on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why he starts off his thoughts, his reaction to what they said with the word misinformation. That's why he starts off with misinformation. Yep. I'm just like,
because whoever's watching is going to think, okay, whatever I'm about to hear is misinformation. I'm going to just completely erase it. And now in my mind, Gary and Drinker are people who do misinformation. That's it.
Yeah.
Like that's how their viewer thinks.
That's exactly
you can
how
press
their
play
viewer
if you
thinks.
want. I'm sorry.
In this conversation is that the reason why a lot of these films are not doing as well is because many of them are spin-offs, sequels, or there's just overall fatigue in the
fatigue, spin-off, sequels. He's not wrong.
I mean, he is kind of wrong because the problem is that Spider-Man No Way Home completely destroys that narrative. Spider-Man No Way Home came out around a time where they were talking about fatigue, movie. We're scared to go to the movies, and there's superhero fatigue, and nobody wants to go see these movies because they're scared to go to the theater. And then that's when those films were doing like 400,000, 500,000, whatever. They weren't. They're doing worse now. But that movie came out and did what, 1.8 billion?
Yeah, he's not wrong in saying that like people are tired of sequels. Like people are kind of tired of sequels.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's where I say that he's not wrong with that. He's not wrong in saying that people are tired of sequels because they are. But fatigue, I don't know. People are tired of bad movies, and that's why.
Well, yeah, the bad movies feed into the tired of sequels, right? Because if the sequels were actually good, I don't think anybody would really have a problem. The problem is we're getting sequels because they lack creativity to do anything different. So you already know right off the bat it's not going to be as good as it can be. And then you inject some nonsense into it, and then you might as well just not even bother.
Out. Yeah, I'm not even bother.
just don't even bother.
Where people want original stories. So I do think that rather than try to make this a culture war, which really it isn't.
Oh, it 100% is. Get the fuck out of here.
The fact that you have to say, but really it isn't. It is.
Yeah.
Taste from the audiences and what they want. Let's keep it 100. Pixar
Look at Gary's face. He's like, God, I have to be here.
Films that have really been able to be fully marketed, and there's been an oversaturation of them. There's an oversaturation.
There's not an oversaturation of Pixar films. When I heard him say that, I was like, what are you talking about? A Pixar
films that have really been able to be fully marketed.
Listen, they are so desperate for the narrative of, the actors didn't get to market the films, and that's why the Marvels bombed.
That's why they did bad.
Get out of here with that, bro. So you mean to tell me the marketing from the actors is going to make up $1 billion because the film lost $1 billion compared to part one? It's going to make up $1 billion? It's
going to make or break a film.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. No.
Like, you are such a liar. It's ridiculous. Even the girls don't even believe it. She finally blinked. Look at that.
If anything, them marketing the film for the Marvels would have probably done even worse for the film. It would have done even worse for the film.
Would have been great for us. We would have been able to have content for days, but bad for them.
It's more of a change in taste from the audiences and what they want. Let's keep it 100. Pixar has not really made too many original films that have really been able to be fully marketed. And there's been an oversaturation of them. There's an oversaturation of Marvel. But if you look at other films elsewhere,
there definitely is an oversaturation of Marvel.
There has seemed to be a trend of liking diversity, TV shows, streaming platforms. And so
what's the trend? Can you provide stats?
I know he didn't say anything. He just says that there's a trend. There's something out there. There's something out there. Just
it's
look.
In the wind. Just find it. Go outside and look in the sky.
I know it. It's over there. But he doesn't give actual what he's talking about.
It seems to be a little bit intellectually dishonest.
Intellectually dishonest.
Man, he is using words he just discovered.
I know.
He read the dictionary before this interview. He read his guidebook against white supremacy.
I'll come to Esther at once. I mean, I would just say, my favorite movie the last few years was Top Gun Maverick, because it just did what it said on the tin, right? The guys behave like guys, the women behave like women. bad guys got slotted and the good guys were heroes. I mean, that used to be how movies got made in Hollywood. They celebrated the basics in life. Now they're too busy worrying about what the basics in life actually are. Esther, I want to play a clip from South Park. Take a look at this.
Oh, I heard he plays. This is great.
Yeah, I love
Is
that
there
they
a
played
problem,
this
Peter?
clip.
We were just discussing ideas
What
of
world
to
are
do
we
with the
living
new
in where
Prince Eric
Piers
movie.
Morgan
Put a
is
ticket
playing
in,
the
make her
Kathleen
gay.
Kennedy
Maybe we
South
should do
Park?
I
different work than we
know.
did with Indiana Jones.
He's like,
Fuck
this is-
Indiana
this is
Jones,
a-
put a ticket in, make her name it gay.
Sure,
And he
yeah.
dropped the F-bomb.
Well, let's try that. Again. Kathleen Kennedy is down on set right now, ruining the new
this guy looks like
This is great. He looks like him.
it looks like
Bambi movie. Bambi's a baby deer.
You know what's
Put a
funny?
ticket in,
Pause
make
it
her
really
gay.
quick. Every character, with the exception, they did this on purpose. South Park. Every single person in that Disney crew member is white, with the exception of one token black guy.
right here, and he's wearing the cap like
And
sideways.
they racially stereotyped him and
Yep.
everything, because that's exactly what Disney does.
That's what
That's
Disney
how they
does.
operate. So
Mhm.
they show, this is so good. It's such a subtle thing,
It's so on point.
but a lot of people didn't catch that, man. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about South Park is Meghan and Harry can
I like
tell
how
you
Drinker
is
and
that through their
Gary's trying to
comedy,
hold it
they
in.
absolutely nail the truth. Esther, your thoughts?
Well, I think that the argument that they've not been making enough independent films and that's why they've been flopping. Well, the independent films that they have made have also flopped because they've not been focusing on storytelling. They're always thinking, how can I have a transgender Muslim black
Look at this guy.
woman in there? And they
He's
Um,
rolling his eyes at her too. What a
yeah.
loser.
Absolutely. He's like, I wonder, I don't know if he thought that like she was gonna be on his side or whatever, but
Yeah.
he's in for
I'm telling you right now, this man is more upset that she is saying these things versus Gary and Drinker.
That's what I was saying.
He is more
Yes,
upset
he's
that
more
the
upset.
black
That's why
woman
the-
is saying this.
Yeah, that's why the only insult that he flung was at her because
Right.
he is mad. Like, how dare you? How dare you go against?
He
what we're
wants to say
fighting
that C
for?
word so bad.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
they've stopped thinking about storytelling because they actually look down on the audience that they're targeting.
That's right. Put it on full screen.
I also think there's another dynamic here, which is actually the media. So the media works against them. So if you actually just wanted to tell a story and the entire cast of that film was white, even before you watch the movie, all the promo will just be saturated by these sort of pink news articles saying, oh, it's sexist, it's homophobic, it's transgender. So even before the film comes out, you have media working against you. So
Yep.
in that, and the media will be easily disseminated. So that will kind of kill the
So
buzz
she-
before anyone bothers to watch
Thank
the
you.
film. And I
So
think that's the issue.
pause that really quick. She said something that I've said for a long time, that the media is the woke people's biggest enemy. They think it's their biggest ally. It's actually their biggest enemy. And the reason why is because when they come out with a movie, and let's say the movie is casted in an overly diverse way, whatever, you got everybody under the sun, black, trans, all that stuff. The problem is that the media takes that, right, and then spins the narrative into this whole DEI nonsense that gets people immediately turned off. We don't even want to look at it. We don't even want to hear it. We're already checked out before the movie even comes close to coming out. You don't even have, like, the movie doesn't even have a chance. And it's not just the media too, it's the studios, because the studios, they push out interviews that push the same nonsense. But if they just were to come out with the movie, advertise the movie as what it is, instead of, oh, this movie features first black trans female who's non-binary and all this other stuff, I don't need to know that. Like, I'm immediately like, are you gonna tell me about the movie, or are you just gonna keep talking about your identity? And
Well,
that's
that's
the
how movies
problem.
are
They talk
marketed
about
right
their
now.
identity all the time.
That's how movies are marketed right now, as the first whatever, the first
Right.
all black cast, the first cast to include whatever, the first fucking Rings of Power. That's what they stood on. It was
Right.
just the casting of Ring. They didn't talk about the storytelling. They just talked about strong female characters, the first black dwarf representation. We've got black elves now. With all of this diversity, that was all the marketing for Rings
Right.
of Power. It was
Nobody knew
nothing
the
about
story.
fucking
Nothing.
storytelling. Nothing. It was just, we're so inclusive now. Thank goodness that
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, we're doing our part with Rings of Power to bring inclusivity into Tolkien's world. Like that.
Even
That
though
is
it was
how
already
it was.
ultra
Yeah,
inclusive.
that's how it was marketed. That's it. That's how that was marketed. So like that's how they're marketing themselves nowadays. Like as if it matters. As if like Okay, that's great, but what is your story about? What is the movie about? Like, I could give two shits. I want to know what
know.
the movie's about because I want to know if I want to go see the movie. But instead of talking about the movie or the show, they're just talking about we have like a lesbian character. We have the first trans in here, and you're gonna. It's such a
It's boring.
remarkable thing.
It's boring.
Yeah, it's so boring. Nobody fucking cares.
They've stopped respecting the audience and they feel the need to preach to them.
I just think that's so right. I just think Disney should go back to what they're good at. It's a fantastic company that used to make fantastic movies and hardly ever had a flop because they knew their audience so well and they didn't attack
Because a
their
lot of those
audience.
movies were not sequels.
Sorry,
a lot of
Ernest?
those movies were not sequels. A lot of those movies
Yeah, but
were not.
going back to
What did he say there?
He said a lot of the movies aren't sequels, and he's trying to harp on the
He's trying to
argument
build
that
on his
sequels.
sequel. He's trying to
his
build on his
sequel
sequel
narrative. Like,
argument. Yeah,
it's
okay.
just the only movies that flopped are sequels, or
Yeah, but they're original. That's they're original movies.
And I like how he's calling them side stories too. Like, oh, you mean all these characters who Marvel's trying to prop up that nobody cares about? That's
They're just
not
side stories?
that's not supposed to be side stories. Those are main stories they're trying to tell. They're trying to make them part of the MCU, and they're flopping. And then you're not even trying to even acknowledge why that is. You
Yep.
know. I do have to eat though. I gotta finish eating. I'm so sorry. I gotta get to
That's
work.
okay. All
But
right,
it
go
was
work.
fun. Keep roasting them. And I'll be watching. Shout out to the chat. I saw some people call
Thanks
me
for
out.
chilling out. Go subscribe to Hypnotic and go subscribe to Hypnotic.
Don't
Manga.
subscribe.
His
Don't
manga.
subscribe to me.
His
Subscribe
manga
to
channel.
Stephanie. Stay subscribed, Steph. I don't do anything.
Whatever. He does something every single night. Y'all gotta go watch. It's awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Steph.
Bye.
Have fun. Roast them. Bye.
All right. That was pretty fucking awesome. Hypnotic. I need to stream more with Hypnotic. Like I was talking to him and I'm like, you know what? We gotta do a show together. We have to do something. So yeah, Hypnotic's fucking awesome. If you aren't subscribed, go subscribe to Hypnotic. Go subscribe to his manga channel. I don't know if what else? Go subscribe to his TikTok and Hypnotic, his manga like Instagram too. He's got a Hypnotic manga Instagram. Like that's fucking awesome. He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. So go subscribe to Hypno. Go subscribe to Hypno. He does Hypnocast every single night. And he does Saturday Night Hypnosis on Saturdays. So yeah, he's one to listen to. And he's staying on top of all of like the gaming news too, where I listen to it, but I can't talk about it. But he goes over all of that shit in detail. And it's fucking awesome. So yeah, go hang out with him.
Did Black Panther succeed because there were black people in it? No,
it was a great story.
It was a
That's why.
recognizable character that comic fans that I have been.
Look at him. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that. His face was like, of course it succeeded because they were black people. Who cares about the story? It succeeded because it had black people in it. Look, he firmly believes that. He doesn't believe shit that Gary's saying. Oh my God, his faces annoy me.
No,
it was a great story.
It was a
That's
recognizable character that comic fans that I have been reading since I was 6 and 7 years old.
And the thing is, they tried to replicate
and it
the
followed
same exact formula for Black Panther with the second
Exactly.
one, and it made half as much. Clearly,
half
people
as
were
much.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to be clear.
And no one talks about it anymore.
In his statement, I want to be clear that Peltz did say in that interview that basically argued that the Marvels and Black Panther, he didn't even want to get Black Panther made. And in Iger's book that he came out in 2019, he referenced that they had to fight to get Black Panther to come out.
That was Ike Perlmutter, not Nelson Peltz.
Why? You're right. You're right. Why?
Who's backing?
Oh, he's when he started saying this, I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, now he's lost the argument. So now he's pulling the racist card, right? He's like, why didn't they want it made? Why they didn't believe he's trying to pull the racist card now. Why? Why didn't they want that movie made? Why didn't they want Black Panther made? Because he's lost the argument already. He's completely lost the argument and he's trying to pull the racist card now.
Nelson Peltz. Why?
Right. Why?
They didn't think it would sell action figures, and he was obviously wrong on that one. And he didn't want Captain Marvel made either. But there's a lot of fishiness around Captain Marvel. And then when the sequel came out, which was the most predictable flop of all time, it flopped. It was their biggest flop. They didn't put any effort in it because they didn't put any. If you watch Captain Marvel and read the books that she was based on, she was Carol Danvers. She was Miss Marvel. She was a likable character. They turned her into a dude. And Kevin Feige is the one who put out the edict. He said, we're gonna make half of our characters women. That's where the MCU comes from. I didn't create it. Nobody created it. Kevin Feige created it. He's the one who said, I'm going to put down this edict and I'm going to start checking boxes. And that's exactly when they started failing, right after Captain Marvel. It's been all downhill from there. Very few of their movies have made money because the budgets have blown up beyond a
I was just fucking thinking that. Cook him, Gary. Like, he has no chance. He has no chance. You know, he has no chance. He thought he had something, right? He really thought he had an argument. He's like, they didn't even want these movies made. One, he got the name of the man wrong, right? He got the name of the person wrong. Gary corrected him real quick, and Gary just cooked him. He just fucking cooked him.
I don't even know. We just learned that Doctor Strange cost around $300 million without marketing.
But by the way, that's the same thing that they did to Barbie. Can I just point that out? I know comic books are.
Ooh, he's ready to fight for his Barbie movie.
Not as popular as Barbie, but I'm a huge Barbie fan, and the people who made Barbie didn't bother to watch one of the 47 animated Barbie films. If you actually are a fan of Barbie, the Barbie film that was produced last year and made all that money, it was a complete abomination because they didn't even bother to actually do any.
This is worse than a UFC fighter beating up. Stop it, H. Holy shit.
Research. This is the thing. They have activists.
He is not listening to a word that this woman is saying, and I think that that's hilarious because Barbie clearly knew their audience, right? They were marketing towards women. She is a woman who watched all of the Barbie films, and she does not like the film. I didn't really like the film either. The saving grace for the Barbie film for me was Ryan Gosling's Ken. Like that was it. Okay, that was the saving grace of the Barbie movie. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I feel like if you liked the movie, go back and watch it like maybe two or three more times. I think that you'll finally like just sort of gloss over like all the pink, go watch it through your initial viewing of Barbie, because I actually watched it like 3 times. My initial view of watching Barbie, I was like, okay, well, it's not that bad. I like it. I felt like I was watching it through pink fog, right? Once that fog lifted and then I watched it again, I was like, this movie is kind of annoying. I don't like it. I thought I liked it, but I actually don't. I don't like it. And then watching it a 3rd time, I'm like, good God, this movie is insufferable. So the movie was catered towards women. The fact that he is sitting there arguing with her, a woman who clearly that movie was marketed towards women, and he is telling her it was a box office success. Who cares you didn't like it? It was a box office success. Because a movie made money does not equal a good film. All right? It doesn't equal a good film. The Marvel or whatever, Captain Marvel made money. It's a terrible fucking film. It is a terrible film. Transformers movies, those movies make money. Those movies aren't good. Right? Those movies aren't good. To him, because the movie made money, that means it was a good film. That's his mind right now. The movie, it was a box office success. Therefore, everything that you don't like about the film goes out the window because that's a successful film. Okay? It's a good movie because it made money at the box office. No. Just because it made money at the box office doesn't mean that it's fucking good. And he's doing a sexism. He's doing a sexism.
Instead of filmmakers. That's the problem. And no one wants to watch something that's preachy and boring.
Candace Owens Jr., listen.
Look, he had to take a shot at her. He had to take a shot at her. Candace Owens Jr., listen. He fucking hates that this woman sitting on this panel has views that oppose his. He hates that. The fact that he called her a name, he took a shot at her. Get the fuck over yourself, dude. I cannot believe that he's doing a sexism right now. He's being extremely misogynistic because he is telling a woman how she should have thought and felt about this film. Hey, you are 100% wrong. This film did good at the box office. So that means that the film is good, and everything that you're saying doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. And by the way, I'm going to call you Candace Owens Jr. He's doing a sexism. I can't fucking believe that he did that. And he's fuming because this black woman doesn't agree with him. How fucking dare. To
actually do any research. This is the thing. They have activists instead of filmmakers. That's the problem. And no one wants to watch something that's preachy and boring.
Candace Owens Jr., listen. It's not a flop.
It's a flop.
Barbie.
Look at you. He just heard him say Candace Owens Jr. because they're on a delay. They're on a delay. So he just heard him say that. Oh my gosh. See, we might not think that that's an insult, right? But he thinks that that's an insult, which is why he flung that insult towards her, at her.
Candace Owens Jr. Listen, it's not a flop.
It's a flop.
Barbie did the thing. Barbie did it.
Barbie was an
And so
abomination.
all this argument about woke and this, at the end of the day, it was a fresh, original concept. People want to go see diverse films, but
No,
they also want
don't.
to see things.
No, they don't.
So
There
Barbie-
was nothing
No,
diverse
people
about it.
want
It's
to
all about
see
Barbie
good
here.
films.
Oh, it's
They
ludicrous.
don't care about
And
diversity.
Barbie
They
had
don't
nothing
care
to
about
do with
political
it.
Yeah, don't all talk over each other. But let me just be clear.
movie.
To be clear, Barbie was not a film about diversity. It was a film bashing men, attacking the patriarchy.
Yeah, it was. It was 100% that. That's exactly what the film was.
And saying that all the good things in the world are female. And the only funny thing about it was at the Oscars, it was all about Ryan Gosling. Ken had the last laugh as Margot Robbie
That was the
sat in the
irony.
seats.
It's called satire.
Unwanted,
It proved the point.
Oh my god. Of course he said that, right? Because that's what the filmmakers came out. Oh, it's just satire. Barbie's just satire. It's just satire, buddy. No, it's just no. Those were real messages that they were sending through that movie. They were using Barbie to send a message that all men are crap. Like that's pretty much all men are misogynistic. All men are crap. They were using Barbie to send that message. It wasn't fucking satire. It wasn't satire. It's the same argument that they're making for the American Society of Magical Negroes, right? Oh, it's just satire. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's just satire. It's just satire. Like, don't even worry. It's like those fucking kids. All right, dude, you just reminded me. It's like those fucking kids that do all this intentional shit, right, to get views. And then when people get angry at it, they're just like, it's just a prank. It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. It's just a prank. Don't get mad. It's just a prank. No, like you can't just put out this message through this movie, you know, using this movie as a tool to send this message that all men are shit, all men are misogynistic, everything female is inherently good. All right. And, you know, men are crap. Like, we're just going to bash on men the entire time. And then say, like, it's just satire, dude. Why are you getting so angry? It's just satire. It's just satire. Why are you angry? It's just satire. That's his argument. Why are you so angry? It's satire. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Well, he is taking it very seriously and saying that the movie is very good because it made a lot of money at the box office. He's taking it very seriously. You can't take a movie seriously and say, like, this movie is a serious movie. It made a lot of money at the box office. This movie is really, really good. And then be like, what? It was just satire. You're not supposed to take it seriously. What the fuck?
Unattended. And I love Margot Robbie, but let's not pretend what Barbie was. It was a box office smash, and as Esther said, an abomination, a man-bashing abomination. Talking of abominations, let's come to Joker 2, a musical. It's been announced that the sequel to Joker is going to be a jukebox musical co-starring Lady Gaga with up to 15.
I swear to God, when this part came up in this clip, right? When it came up, I was like, wait, what's going to be his argument? Because because I know like what Gary and Drinker and, you know, I know what they're going to say. It's the same opinion that I have, that, you know, Joker on its own is a fine movie. It's a good movie and it made money and it didn't need a sequel. It's a great standalone film. It is a good standalone film that does not need a sequel, right? I was wondering, like, what opposition that he was going to take. What opposition are you going to take with this argument? Because I guarantee I don't know who this guy is, but like I don't think that he probably never even seen the first Joker. I was just so curious as to, like, what is he gonna say? Is he gonna just die on the hill of Lady Gaga? Because he seems like a fan, right? He seems like he would be a fan of Lady Gaga. So, like, is that it? Is that the hill he's gonna die on, the Lady Gaga hill? I thought you liked musicals. I love musicals. But I also think that there are musicals that don't need to be made. You know, like it doesn't translate well from stage to screen. A good example of that is Cats. That's a very good example of a musical that does well on stage and it cannot be translated to film, right? Cats is a huge success on Broadway, 100%. There are lots of fans of that musical. It doesn't translate well on screen. It is very weird. I love the first Joker movie, but I mean, as a musical, I don't think that as a Joker warranted a sequel. It was great as a solo film. 2, I don't like Lady Gaga in the role. I think it's weird to make it a musical, especially if you're going from one movie to the next. If the first one it wasn't really a musical, why on earth is the second one a musical? Why is it a jukebox musical? That's such a shift from the first film. That's a huge shift from the first film, right? If you go in and watch the first film and you loved it, and you go into the second movie and you're like, why is this a musical? It's like a weird, it's such a weird tonal shift. So I think it's weird. I think it's odd, and it's something that shouldn't like it's just something weird. I just don't think that it should be there.
Lip synced cover songs. My heart sank when I heard this. Critical Drinker, what did your heart do?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I mean, ultimately, it's all going to come down to the implementation. Potentially, there's a way you could make this work. When I first heard that this is the route they were going to turn it into a musical, wasn't a fan. But I loved the first Joker movie. Told a great story. It wasn't mired in the comic book superhero movie genre. It was a story about a man gradually losing his way in society and a world that just didn't care about him. Fine, that sort of thing works perfectly. And it was great. Not sure I love this idea of turning it into a musical. I got a little bit of confidence in Todd Phillips as a director. He clearly knows what he's doing with this, but whether or not they can make this work, it is debatable. I think
Esther,
we're
think
going to have to wait.
All musicals are diabolical.
I despise musicals. I mean, to be fair, Baz Luhrmann has a hand in why I really hate musicals. But I also think I don't really like his cinematic style, and what he did with Moulin Rouge I can't stand it. And it's not a genre I can take seriously. I think it works in theater, but it's
La La Land was great. I watched
it was awful. La La Land.
He seems really insulted that she said that. I don't. He seems really insulted that she's like, it's not a genre that I can take so seriously. He took that personally. I don't understand why. Like, even I am of the mindset that, like, even though I like musicals, right? Even though I like musicals, it's not something that would resonate with a lot of people. Not a lot of people like musicals, right? Not a lot of people like movie musicals. Not a lot of people like theater. It's just not their cup of tea. It's like a specific person that like movie musicals. You have to, I feel like you have to, like, I don't know, have gone and seen like a play or something in order to like really appreciate movie musicals, or you have to like find the right one in order to enjoy it. I just think it's so funny that he took it so personally when she's just like, it's not a genre of that I take seriously, like, with the face that he made, like, what? It's just true. There's not a lot of people that like movie musicals. It's such a small, it's just a small pool of people that really love musicals. Especially movie musicals. He was just insulted by that. It's so funny. Like, I know I might like Grease and Grease too, but I know that that's not everybody's cup of tea. I might be excited for the movie Wicked, while at the same time be a little bit worried about how they're going to translate the play to the film. But, I know that some people have just written it off and they don't even care about it. They're not even going to go watch it, whereas I will, because I like the stage play. Like, some people like musicals and some people don't. And I think that if you're a fan of musicals and movie musicals, you understand that, right? But he's just like, how dare she not like musicals?
Was horrible. Great. It was unacceptable. It was horrible. But I don't understand
Singing in the Rain. I mean,
the Joker character
really?
in musical.
All musicals are terrible.
I think they're all
Singing
terrible.
in the Rain.
They're all awful. I can't stand
Chicago. No,
Chicago, ma'am. Chicago. Like, How dare you, Chicago?
Yeah, come in here. I'll come to you, Ernest. Jolly. All
Chicago was good. I love that musical, but obviously she doesn't, and I'm not going to argue with her on that. That's her taste in movies. Some people will like it, some people won't.
musicals are awful. Discuss.
Oh, most of them are.
Yeah.
But there's a couple. There's a couple I like, but most of them are pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Just not my taste. But with Joker, I didn't think the first movie should exist, and then it became kind of a cultural event. I'm sure you remember the.
What is that thing that he's making? What are these faces? I don't understand. I don't understand what these things. It's like he's shocked that Gary had that opinion. He's shocked. Rock of Ages, goofy but great. So I fucking love that one. Yeah, I loved Rock of Ages. His eyes, like, what? What is so crazy? Little Shop of Horrors. I like Little Shop of Horrors. That's his inner black woman face. The Greatest Showman is one of the best movie musicals that I've seen in a long time. If you haven't watched The Greatest Showman, like just treat yourself, okay? Just sit through it, treat yourself. I feel like you'll like something about that movie. You'll like one of the songs. You know, I feel like if you sit through that movie, you'll like something about it. I love The Greatest Showman. I'm always telling people to go and see that movie because it's so great. I don't understand
the press around that was supposed to be some movie for incel.
It's almost like he was shocked that Gary said that. Like Gary said, like, I don't like the first one. It's almost shocked. He's almost shocked by it because he's just like, oh, I wonder what your audience is going to think. You said something controversial. I thought all of you men were supposed to like Joker. Like, ooh, your audience is about to come after you. Like, that's almost like the look that he's giving Gary. Like, holy shit, look what this guy said. But what's funny is that we haven't cultivated an audience that is an echo chamber. Like, we understand that people have different tastes in movies. You're allowed to have different tastes in movies. You're allowed to say, I don't fucking like Joker, or I like the Joker movie. You know, you're allowed to say that. But he's cultivated an audience where if you say something like that, your audience will walk away from you, right? Your audience will walk away from you if you say something like that would go against whatever you talk about. I think that's why he's so shocked that Gary said that.
And I had to walk through a metal detector to go in New York to go watch the movie in America because of all the press that was around it, that was going to incite violence and all that crap. And the violence happened at Frozen 2 and not Joker. Thought the movie was great.
He's like, oh, give me a break. No, it actually had. That was a thing. The violence did happen at Frozen 2 and not at Joker. Nothing happened at Joker. Nothing happened at Joker. All right. All the mainstream media outlets wrote like, oh my gosh, the new Joker movie is going to come out and it's going to incite violence. And, you know, look what happened during the Dark Knight. And there were shootings at the movie theater. This movie shouldn't be out in movie theaters because it's just going to incite these incels. They're going to come out with guns and violence is going to happen at the movie theaters all over again. It's going to be a repeat of the Dark Knight tragedy. Nothing fucking happened. Nothing fucking happened. And people ended up getting in fights at Frozen 2. These are facts, sir. You can look it up. You don't have to make that stupid fucking face.
I didn't think it needed to exist because ultimately the Joker doesn't need an origin. But I really don't think this sequel should exist. I love Todd Phillips as a filmmaker. Not a big fan of Lady Gaga. So, yeah, I'm skeptical on this.
Okay, Ernest?
Musicals are touch and go, but I think people like something that is original and fresh, and we haven't seen it, but I wouldn't count Gaga out, and I wouldn't count.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. He is dying on the Gaga hill. That's it. He's dying on the Gaga hill. He's like, Lady Gaga, my queen. Don't count her out.
Todd Phillips out. I think that the cast is going to really drive it. It already has a great interest in the public. I'm open, and again, I'm not crazy about a lot of.
My theory about musicals, Ernest, is that it's a bit like music. It's like an album, right? When you listen to an album for the first time, it's very rare that I listen to an album once and think, "Oh, that was fantastic." They grow on me, right? You listen to the same song a few times, and suddenly you're into it. And I felt the same about La La Land. First time I watched it, I didn't like it. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Second time I liked it a bit more. And the other night I watched it with my daughter, absolutely loved it because I knew all the songs. You know,
Right.
it's a bit like when you go to a
It was an
concert.
original
If they play their greatest hits at
It was
a
an original
concert, I'm a
musical.
happy boy.
And it's also original musical, which is my point. Like, you didn't see it on Broadway. It was made for the film. And so when you have, again, something that's different, people will watch it. Because if you're like, The Color Purple didn't do well, right? Because a lot of people was comparing it to Broadway, to the other movie. And so you have something to compare it with. Not everything can be Chicago, which I think is one of the best adapted musicals of films ever, in my opinion.
Okay, let's.
Well, I think they also changed. I think they also changed The Color Purple, which is why people didn't like it as much as the original and also like the stage play. They changed it. I think they changed the color, like the story. It's one of the reasons why people didn't like the new West Side Story as well. Like they changed it, right? They changed it from the original. They like swapped songs around, and it wasn't cohesive like it should have been originally. That's why they didn't like it. Like I think that like theater nerds are very hard to please, let me tell you. But Cabaret was good. Bros. I know he keeps pushing this. That was an original movie. That's why it did so well, because it was original. That was an original movie. That's why people want original movies. People want original. He's really trying to push that argument. That's like the only thing he's got.
Let's turn to Sydney Sweeney.
It wasn't in Spanish. But when they spoke Spanish, there were no subtitles. But the whole movie wasn't in Spanish.
This cultural phenomenon being called a double D antidote to woke.
Yeah.
Canada's National Post posed the question: are Sydney Sweeney's breasts double D harbingers of the death of woke? And they summarize the argument by saying we spent years being chastised for desiring or admiring beauty because beauty is rare and exclusionary, and to exclude is to hate. Also, we've been scolded to accept by today's diversity, equity, and inclusion fanatics. We aren't supposed to admire Sweeney's beauty, but we've done it anyways. The times they are changing. Critical drinker, are they changing? Has Sydney Sweeney's cleavage basically spelled the beginning of the end of woke?
I just love the idea that Sydney Sweeney's breasts have somehow become a political movement.
That's so true.
I mean, that's the one aspect of politics.
Look how disgusted he is at the topic of. Well, you can tell he's not the type of person that would admire the boobs, right? You can tell that off the bat.
I can definitely get into, but. No,
He does not appreciate
from this point of view, I don't know. There's been so many attempts to redefine beauty standards and foist different ideas upon us, but ultimately the heart wants what the heart wants, I suppose. And when you see a young, attractive woman who's well endowed, shall we say, guys are going to like it. We're relatively simple creatures, and we're not all that difficult to please. And people are appreciating it. Sydney Sweeney herself seems to be very much aware of the attention that she's getting because of this, and she's happy to play into it, and as she should.
I don't think it's only. By the way, it's not only guys, is it, Esther?
I mean, I'm a teleologist. I love boobs. I love nice boobs. I'm a bit jealous though, because I feel like Sydney Sweeney and I are boob twins. But she gets all the double D attention, but I don't. Maybe because I'm not dressing like I'm auditioning to be a witness. Anyway,
if you haven't seen Esther's pole dancing on her Instagram, by the way, you haven't lived.
I think look, she's
a breakout pole dancing sensation.
That's what I fucking love about Sydney Sweeney is that she is unapologetically sexy. She knows what's working for her. She plays into it, and I absolutely fucking love that about her. I love that about Sydney Sweeney. And she's not going to put up with shit either. This guy hates this conversation. He's like, I want to move away from the boobies conversation. Boobies. I have no interest in boobies.
Waiting that.
Well, I don't know, for my parents' sake. But look, I love that Sydney Sweeney's leaning into her femininity, her beauty. Maybe a bit too much because I see a lot of boobs. But anyway, and men like boobs. It's not groundbreaking.
Men are attracted to femininity too. And that's kind of what she represents is femininity. And that's something that's extremely lacking in Hollywood because for whatever reason, they want a strong, powerful woman, who don't need no man. And in order to portray that strong, powerful woman, she has to be covered up, extremely boxy, have like, I don't know, the figure of a man, the attitude of like they give her masculine traits. And women aren't masculine. We're extremely feminine. And for whatever reason, femininity is toxic. Why? Why is femininity toxic? Why on earth is it so toxic to be feminine, to be a woman? Why? Because now men can be women too? Because they're trying to cater to the trans agenda? Like, I don't understand that. Like, it is so ridiculous. It's so stupid that somehow femininity and being a woman and celebrating your features as a woman has become inherently toxic. They don't like it. It's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. And they don't like Sydney Sweeney because she represents everything that they fucking hate. They hate femininity. They don't like that she's in shape, right? Because they have all these fucking fat positivity movements. And it's so stupid that they want women to be unhealthy, but whatever. They hate that she's everything that they hate. She's white and gorgeous with blonde hair. She's beautiful. And they fucking hate that.
All right, Nadrossi, I mean, I always think...
Oh, look, what's up, Camelot? How you doing? Ugly women and ugly men are creating policy. Yeah. And they're ugly women, ugly men creating policy. And they want they want ugly people to be like, to represent them. It's so stupid.
The movie game in particular should have a premium on beauty. I don't want to see too many ugly people on screen. Sorry.
No,
he's right. I don't want to see fucking ugly people. That's the whole thing. I don't want to be represented by, I don't want to see myself on screen. I don't need to see ugly people. I don't need to see ugly people. They're making beautiful women ugly on screen. They're making gorgeous women in Hollywood ugly on screen. Why are they doing that? Why on earth are you making these gorgeous, beautiful women look gross on screen?
That's the problem we've been having is we have a lot of ugly people on screen. I don't want to identify.
Current screen accepted, obviously.
Yeah,
screen.
We're not
silver
actors, it's
screen.
okay.
I don't need to see myself reflected. I don't see some middle-aged, recovering alcoholic on the screen all the time. I don't. I want to see heroism. I want to see beauty. Yes. I want to see something to aspire to, something we normally don't see. Look what they did to Kelly Marie Tran in The Last Jedi. They completely uglified her, and she's a pretty girl. And they've been doing, they put a piece of metal over Scarlett Johansson's boobs in Endgame. That should be a crime.
Yes.
These are things
that should be a
they
crime.
Need to be free.
I agree. Ernest, it should be a crime. I agree.
Listen to what this man says. Look at the first buzzword that he throws out when he's responding. You can already see it in his face. The disapproval of what Gary is saying, and the fact that the black woman is laughing and in agreement with him. You can already see the disapproval in his face for what Gary is saying.
So misogyny aside,
thank you, sir. Oh my God, he is calling out the misogyny in what they're saying, dude. What they are saying is not misogynistic. What they are saying is not misogynistic. What they are saying facts. They're saying facts and truth, and he doesn't like what they are saying, so he is throwing out a buzzword and calling it misogyny. Why? So that Hypnotic was right. So that his audience can latch on to what he is saying and say, "Oh, okay, they're just misogynists."
Think that trying to
misogyny to admire the female form.
Actually, in his eyes, it is. It is misogyny to admire the female form. It is 100% misogyny to admire them. You have to ask for consent, right? That's what they want. Can I give you a compliment? I'm sorry. I don't mean to look at you. I don't mean to think. Is it okay if I tell you you're pretty? Like, it is 100% misogyny in his eyes. What they are saying, admiring the female form is 100% misogyny to him.
You have some kind of
fancying hot women be misogyny.
I'm moving.
I like another thing too is that I like that she has also commented on Sydney Sweeney, right? She has also commented on her boobs, and admired Sydney Sweeney. He's calling her a misogynist. He's just like everything that y'all have said right now. is misogyny, including the woman on the panel. All right. She must have internalized misogyny. That's what they like to call, women like me, right? Women like her, women with opinions, right? We just have internalized misogyny. Any type of viewpoint that we disagree with them on that has to do with women's issues, it's just internalized misogyny. It's a wrong way of thinking. But you know what? Me as a man, I'm here to teach you the right way of thinking. You just have internalized misogyny. I'm sorry, sir. That sounds extremely misogynistic to me if you, as a man, have to teach me, have to mansplain to me that I have internalized misogyny. Is it okay? Is that okay? Is that right? I don't know what's going on here.
Moving on. The try to make it like this thing against the woke, I think again is forcing a culture war that's just nonsense. But I will argue this: that if they think that Sydney Sweeney is the antidote to wokeism, then I would say that Taylor Swift is the person that.
Don't pull the Taylor Swift card. Get the fuck out of here. He's like, he's calling all Swifties. Attention, all Swiftie army. Hey, I'm bringing up your girl. All right. Now he's trying to pit Taylor Swift against Sydney Sweeney. Get the fuck out of here. He's like, Taylor Swift is our woke queen.
That's countering all of that.
No, she has no boobs.
Oh my God, the way he ended it too. He thought he ate. He thought he ate with that statement. He's like, mm-hmm. He thought he ate with that. Get the fuck out of here. He really thought he ate by name dropping Taylor Swift. Get the fuck out of here.
She got a boob job, but like, what are you talking about?
That's the point. That's the point. It doesn't matter. She is the antidote. That type of narrative. She's successful. The right used to love her until she basically became to them woke, which is nonsense.
It's not her boobs.
And now she's out here getting billions of streams on Disney+.
Oh, honey. You 100%. He 100% know, right? He 100% knows that if Taylor Swift were to say something out of line, her audience, they would leave her. They would trash her. They would cancel her. The cancel mob would come after her. Like there is no antidote, right? There is no antidote to woke, because it doesn't matter who they choose as their propped up savior to combat or be the anti Sydney Sweeney. It doesn't matter who they choose to prop up, because once that person says one thing out of line, one thing that they don't agree with, they will dump them. They will trash them, and they'll look for someone else to prop up. They will dump that person once they say something that they don't agree with. So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you choose to be your woke savior to combat, the love that people have for Sydney Sweeney right now. And really, if you look at it, this is a conversation about femininity and beauty, right? That Sydney Sweeney is embracing her femininity. She's embracing her beauty. Taylor Swift does that too. She does that too. She's always wearing these gorgeous outfits. She's very well known for her red lips. She's very well known for like her feminine outfits. She's not walking around out here in like manly clothes, right? The argument here is femininity and beauty, and the fact that people are inherently against that right now. People in Hollywood, the woke side, the leftists, they're opposed to feminine beauty, and Taylor Swift embraces her femininity. So I don't understand what his argument is here and why he's even name dropping Taylor Swift as the anti Sydney Sweeney, because Taylor Swift is extremely feminine. She's very feminine. So that has like that's not an argument that there's nothing there. He's just saying, oh, this woman is feminine, so is this one. But what's the difference between the two?
What?
It's not misogyny to like boobs, by the way.
She is not the antidote. She's also feminine. I actually like Taylor Swift because she is feminine like that. But if he's like, oh, she's the antidote to Sydney Sweeney, no, they're both feminine women. One is just I feel like he's pulling her because she's like, she's extremely successful. but she's not the antidote to Sydney Sweeney. I don't get why he's pulling the Taylor Swift card.
Like boobs.
And by the way,
I
look,
happen to have a
I
bag.
think as
It's not
Natronic
her
just
boob.
pointed out, with
And it's like
Sydney
this.
Sweeney, it's not just about her cleavage, it's about the fact she's worked out what to say that is going to resonate with people in a way that is now leading this debate. And good on her.
Not her acting, not her
And
Emmy
her
nominated
acting,
performances.
and her beauty,
Oh, okay. I
and,
wanted to
and
put her talent out there. I just
acting.
Oh my
talent,
God.
beauty.
He's really playing into the fact that they're being misogynist. I just want to put her talent out there because all y'all are talking about are her boobs. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. And an attitude that is resonating.
I'm fighting for all y'all women.
And she's a breath of fresh air. Thank
She is
God
a breath
for
of fresh
Sydney
air.
Sweeney. And thank God for Critical Drinker, Nadrotic, Esther, and even you, Ernest. Even you. Thank you all very
Oh my God. I can't fucking stand his face, dude. It's so annoying. Ah, Ernest. Thank God. Thank God for you, Ernest. Oh my God. Blech. He was so annoying. He was getting on my fucking nerves. He was getting on my fucking nerves. We need a name for your Legion of Fall. I don't know. Y'all come up with something. Y'all come up with something. You're better at creating stuff like that than I am. Mike Hill for $10. It was Civil War because Bucky was framed for killing Black Panther's father. Yeah, so he was introduced in Civil War. Patriot just sold for $10. Sound of Music is the GOAT. Fiddler on the Roof is a close second in my opinion. I like Sound of Music. Sound of Music is good. It wouldn't be in my top 3, but I do like Sound of Music. And Fiddler on the Roof is good too. Alberta not a retro for 2. They aren't double D. She's a 32D. Oh, I don't know Sydney Sweeney's bra size. So I've never looked it up. I just appreciate the form. I appreciate the perkiness. Alberta retro for 5. That woman isn't ugly. She's just catty and insecure. By the way, if they'd done Iron Man 3 right, Tony would have been recovering middle-aged alcoholic. I don't know what you're referencing. I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't remember. Alberta retro for 2. Taylor is evil. And she won't like Sweeney. Taylor Swift is annoying, but I'm not going on like, looking at like what they fucking say, right? I'm just looking at their looks. Like they're inherently feminine. They're 2 feminine women who embrace their femininity. That's it. Alberta retro for 2. I misheard the black lady. Sorry. That's okay. That's okay. Nerdy Gnomes. Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of cute. Ernest can eat corn the long way. He probably does. I'm not gonna lie. He probably does. Nerdy. Yeah, something. I don't believe Taylor's a girl. Oh, really? Is there like a thing out there that says that she's not? Is there like a theory out there? Dude, let's talk about Lizzo. Hold on. Let me pull up Lizzo's shit. Where's Instagram? Did she put it out on Instagram or TikTok? We got I know it's not Tuesday. I know it's not TikTok Tuesday. But I want to talk about Lizzo. I want to talk about Lizzo. I like nerdy homies. I like that too. That's cute. Don't you dare put that video up of her. I am. I'm about to. What are you going to do about it? Fight me. All right? Fight me. You don't want to look at Lizzo? I mean, here, hold on. Let me cover up some stuff real quick, okay? All right? We're still going to talk about Lizzo. Look, Lizzo put out a statement, all right? She's like, 4 days ago, I'm tired. Or not 4 days ago, what I'm talking about. 5 days ago, she put out a statement, right? I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by everyone in my life and on the internet. All I want is to make music and make people happy and help the world be a little better than how I found it. But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views, being the butt of the joke every single time because of how I look, my character being picked apart by people who don't know me and disrespecting my name. I didn't sign up for this shit. I quit. When she put out this statement, I was like, Lizzo's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. She doesn't quit. She's not quitting. She's not going anywhere. All right. Lizzo's here. She's here to stay. Okay. She's here to stay. All right. Unfortunately, we can't get rid of Lizzo. And like I think like the next day she introduced her line of bathing suits. And I fucking knew it. I know like there's no fucking way she's going anywhere. Like the next day she released like, "Hey, I'm coming out with a line of bathing suits." And you can't come out with a line of bathing suits being who you are and then quit. Right? You're going to use your platform, you're going to use your influence, you're going to use the people that you know to sell your bathing suits. So then she had to come out and make a clarifying statement wearing one of her bathing suits.
Want to make this video because I just need to clarify.
If you didn't know, there's been a lot of backlash to Lizzo, right? Not just because of the lawsuit from her dancers, not just because like all the people that she has come out against her saying that she's actually a terrible person, not just because now people actually thought that she was quitting because of her links to Diddy. But there's also like a huge portion of her body positivity fans, right? Her fat fans that are pissed off with Lizzo because she left the fat positivity movement. She wants to get in shape. Good on her, right? Good on her for that. Okay. Stop. All right. She wants to get into shape. She's actually lost a little bit of weight. She left the fat positivity movement and she got a lot of backlash from her fans for doing that. She had to put out a statement explaining like, look, I want to be healthier. I want to be better. I know that I had said before that sorry, I just got a text that you should love yourself and your body and however you look. Just love yourself, okay? Just love yourself. Doesn't matter your size, right? Just be body positive, blah blah blah. Posting, what she eats and all this bullshit, right? And now she wants to get healthier. Now she wants to, to get slimmer. She probably knew that these like bathing suits were coming out, so she wanted to look good in them. So she left the fat positivity movement, and she got so much backlash from leaving the fat positivity movement. Can you put Sydney Sweeney on screen? I will. I'll put something on. I'll put something up here to give you a nice little eye cleanser. But now she's like, I'm not leaving. I'm not quitting. Well, damn.
When I say I quit, I mean I quit giving any negative energy attention. What I'm not going to quit is the joy of my life, which is making music, which is connecting to people.
Get out of here. She put that statement out and they probably called her and they're like, you are contractually obligated to keep working or else we will sue you. So now she had to twist her fucking statement.
Because I know I'm not alone. In no way, shape, or form am I the only person who is experiencing that negative voice that seems to be louder than the positive. If I can just give one person the inspiration or motivation to stand up for themselves and say they quit letting negative people win, negative comments win, then I've done even more than I could have hoped for. With that being said, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep being me. Once again, I just want to say thank you. The love that I've received, means more than you know.
I like that she says that. The love that I received means more than you know. And then the top few comments on here is, did you not fit through the exit door? Surprisingly, we don't care. Look at me. I need attention. She literally writes songs about never giving up. Why would she quit? We know, we see you. Girl, that's not what you said. Don't change the goalposts now. Ridiculous PR stunt, unfollowing. People aren't buying into her bullshit. It says, nah, I'm crying. She realized nobody cared and started backtracking. This person said, "Put some clothes on so we can hear what you're saying." I feel these are some of the top comments on this video. Okay, finally, we got a good compliment. It says the blue bodysuit and eyeshadow is such a slay. That's a swimsuit. It's not a bodysuit. Oh, oops. This okay, but why are you naked? Sorry. Look, good on Lizzo, okay? Like she left the fat positivity movement and she's trying to get healthy. Good on her. But this was 100% calculated, okay? She needed the attention to be on her because she was about to launch her swimsuit line. All right? She needed the attention. This was total PR stunt, 100%, because she quit. The next day she announced that she was putting out a swimsuit line, and then the day after that, I think like she came out with all of her swimsuit commercials. All right? So she needed people, she needed attention on her. She needed, she needed to be trending on Twitter so that people can come to her page and look and see what the big deal was. And then she announced her swimsuits. All right. This was a total PR stunt. That is so low. That is so fucking dirty. That is dirty. Dude, I lost like 20 viewers because I put fucking Lizzo on the screen with her big, nasty, saggy boobs. God damn it. But you know what? I wanted to talk about Lizzo, okay? We needed to talk about Lizzo. Even though Lewis is mad at me in the chat, we still needed to talk about Lizzo. What made that even worse is that I'm still looking at the photo. Oh no. Yes, 100%. She did this for attention and clout so it boosts her swimsuit sales. Yes. 100%. That's exactly why she did this. That is exactly why she did this. It was a total PR stunt. Like she needed to make people talk about her. She needed articles written about her, how she's quitting, and then she's gonna flip it and be like, "That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I meant I quit giving my energy and attention to all of these negative people." Girl, stop. Just stop. That's not what you meant, and you know it. This was just a big PR stunt to sell your swimsuits. Just own it. Just own up to it. Josie, member for 1 month. Look up Taylor Swift in swimsuit. Penis. It's not doctored. The picture from a couple of years ago when she was dating Hemsworth. No way. She doesn't have penis. Taylor Swift is overrated and eats boogers for $199. I believe the black guy was a baguette. Yeah. I think he liked men. Yeah, that broke me. That broke me. That was so funny. That was so funny. Oh my gosh. What else did I put on the agenda? What else am I going to talk about? Hold on. Let me look. I have to look at my thumbnail. Oh yeah, let's talk about Joker. Let's talk about Joker. Hold on. Let me go to my bookmarks. Let me go back to my bookmarks. We got to talk about Joker. Dude, y'all are crazy. that just fucking broke me. Holy shit. I love this picture here. Hold on. Look at this photo. If this doesn't represent gaming right now, look. Game devs that make me feel confident in a game. Yes. Abort mission. Holy shit. Oh my god. I love this picture so much. Yes. Dude, these are the people that they've infiltrated. These are the types of people that have infiltrated every single aspect of entertainment right now. Every single aspect of entertainment, comic books, Hollywood, TV, gaming, everything. They've infiltrated. Is that even a man? Is that a man? I think it is. I can't even tell. I can't even tell. Dude, this is it. These are the type when you hear a movie preached to you, just know that this is the type of person. This is the person, a movie, a video game, anything, whatever the fuck. All right? This is the person writing it. These are the people that are telling you that you need to be better. These are the type of people. This is them. This is them. All right? Let this picture be just completely, seared into your brain. When they're getting mad at you and telling you that you have wrong think, all right? Telling you that you need to be better. That you are wrong and they are right. This is the person that is saying those things. This is the type of person, all right, that's spewing all of that bullshit. Gross. Gross. Blech. I believe it's an abomination, probably. It is. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Right? Yeah. Hang on. I gotta go to this page. I gotta go to this page. Oh, I promised you guys. Didn't I promise you guys? I promised you guys a I promised y'all a cleanser after that Lizzo. After that Lizzo. Hold on. I gotta find it. I know exactly what I want to put up. I know what I want to pull up. Gotta find it though. God. Where you at? 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 I need to download this and just. Oh, here it is. Here. Oops, wrong button. Here, look at this. Okay, just look at this. Enjoy. There you go.
Free camera mode.
There you go. Enjoy. Enjoy the booty. Enjoy the Stella Blade booty. You see Project Egg. You see Phil? He's enjoying it. He loves it. He loves it.
Jesus.
Yeah. Enjoy. He's wearing that skin suit. He's wearing the skin suit. Loses armor points. That's okay. She's wearing that skin suit. Look at his face.
Free camera mode.
There you go. There's your cleanse right there. A nice juicy booty. Jiggle
Jesus.
physics. Enjoy the jiggle physics. I wanna download this and just turn it into a clip. That's awesome. Jiggle ain't nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with jiggle physics. Nothing wrong with jiggle physics. I love that so much. Okay, here it is. I need to pull up. I wanna discuss. I mean, they were talking about the new Joker. Oh, dude, have y'all seen this? Hold on. Bambi: The Reckoning. Have y'all seen this trailer?
You ever shot a deer?
No. Have you?
Yeah. Once.
You stop it right now. Bambi is out for revenge. Look at what he just did. Oh, shit. I think this is from the same studio that made like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Like all of it's supposed to be some sort of like universe that they're setting up, right? This is in that universe. Oh my god. This looks awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I want to watch it. It looks so fucking cheesy and good. This one guy, have you ever shot a deer? Oh my gosh.
You ever shot a deer?
That's the guy. That's the guy that killed Bambi's mom. And he regrets it. He's thinking about that one fateful day that he killed Bambi's mom. And now he's being stalked forever by Bambi. He's out for blood. He's out for blood. I wonder what Thumper looks like. I know. Seriously, I do wonder what Thumper looks like. You know? I feel like Thumper would, he'd be like, they make him like a jackrabbit, right? They probably make him a jackrabbit with like sharp teeth. Just coming at you, clawing at you.
No. Have you?
Yeah. Once.
The way he says it too. Yeah, once. Dude, this looks good. This looks so cheesy and corny. I love it. Look at Bambi. Look at Bambi at the end. Fuck you for killing my mom. I will have my revenge. Oh my god. I don't even care. You know, compared to everything that's coming out right now, I am 100% on board with Bambi the Reckoning. I watched Godzilla X Kong. All right? I watched Godzilla X Kong. I will watch Bambi the Reckoning. They're coming out with a new Matrix movie. Why are they coming out with a new Matrix movie? Flower, the skunk, Flower. The skunk will probably shoot bullets out of its butt. Like, they'll find a way. Where's the Lady Gaga thing? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Look. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the audio? It's an audio of Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn in Joker 2. Let's hear it.
You can do anything you want. You're Joker.
That's the beginning of a song. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the beginning of a song, you know, that she's getting ready to sing. You can do anything you want. You're Joker. It just sounds like Lady Gaga talking. There's nothing to it. At least Margot Robbie, when she played Harley Quinn, you know, it felt like Harley Quinn, right? This is just a small little snippet. It's just a small little snippet. And I get it. You know, this is in a different world, a different reality. It's more grounded. So maybe she doesn't have that high-pitched, you know, voice. She doesn't have that the accent that Harley Quinn has. I get it. I understand that. But Harley Quinn sounds a certain way. To take that away from her, like, it just, I don't like it. You
can do anything you want. You're Joker.
This just sounds like Lady Gaga. It just sounds like Lady Gaga. I don't know. I already don't think that this movie needs to be a thing. And the fact that they turned it into a musical is just it's just so weird. I don't know. Hollywood just saw like, oh my gosh, this movie that we had absolutely little faith in, no faith in actually. This movie that we had no faith in, made $1 billion. Sequel. 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 What's up, Homer? Homer Simpson's in chat. Homer Simpson's is stupid Flanders. She needs her accent. It just doesn't sound right. Joker needed no sequel. Yeah, it did not need a sequel. It did not need. I don't like it. Margot's accent was bad too. Not gonna lie, but you knew what she was going for, right? She made an attempt to at least try to emulate Harley's accent, but like even in these few words, you don't hear it. It doesn't. It's not Harley. I don't know. I didn't like the casting of Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga. I don't like that they're making a sequel to the Joker movie. And I don't like that it's a musical. So it's got a lot of things going against it. For me, at least. For me, it has some things going against it. It has things going against it. But I don't know. It could surprise me. Who knows? It could surprise me. There was one last thing. Well, hold on, wait. Let me find my bookmarks. I already did that. Oh, I guess there's not one last thing. Yeah. I guess there's not one last thing. Well, that's it. We're finished. We've reached the end of the stream. Alberta not a retro for 2. Look up joking with Slapperazzi. You'll be shocked. Okay. I'll look it up. I also need to look up Taylor Swift's pee-pee. Apparently she has a pee-pee. I did not know that. I need to look up the Taylor Swift pee-pee conspiracy. Maybe we'll talk about that on Tuesday. Who knows? But yeah, let's get together later on this evening on Kick and Twitch, and we'll play some video games. All right. I want to start this one tonight. I want to start South Park Snow Day. I'm going to play this. So come and hang out with me on Kick and Twitch later on this evening. I don't know what time yet. I want to do it early though. So probably in like maybe 3 hours. 3 hours from now, I'll be on Kick and Twitch playing South Park Snow Day. Thank you guys so much for all your support, super chats, all of that. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it so much. Thank you to Hypnotic for jumping on stream with me and, talking about the video or reacting to the video with me. That was pretty fucking awesome. Oh my God, I just looked at Streamlabs and Spirian donated $100 over on Streamlabs. Thank you so much, Spirian. Thank you. I don't even know what to play. What do I play? I don't know. You know what? Spirian liked my old intro. So I'm going to play this for you, Spirian. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spirian. I appreciate that donation. Thank you. Mr. Perfect for 199. Steph, I'd like to see your jiggle physics. I don't know. Thank you. I need to bring that intro back. Oops, sorry. I like that intro. That intro is fucking awesome. It's cute. I like the one I have now though. It's cute. I like the one I have now. Yeah, later on this evening I will be on Twitch in like Twitch and Kick 3 hours from now. Also, once again, if you are a member, go to the community tab and come on over and hang out with me in my members only Discord. So all channel members, make sure you go over to the community tab over on YouTube, click that link and join my Discord member community. It is a members only Discord. It's not open to everyone. So yeah, be sure to hang out there. We're going to do more hangouts over on Discord. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys in a few hours. Bye, everyone. Mwah!